Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490.
Frank Gay has something cool for you. Keep your AC running smoothly with a tune-up for only $89 for a limited time. Friendly, speedy, and expert service. That's the Frank Gay way. Visit frankgayservices.com or call for details.
Some say Memorial Day is the unofficial start of summer, but I say this is. Lighting up Kingsford Original Charcoal on the grill with family and friends is a summer ritual, and there's no better time than Memorial Day weekend. Whether it's burgers, veggies, or some chicken drumsticks, Kingsford Original gives you that authentic wood-fired barbecue flavor that means summer is finally here.
So good. Listen.
Kingsford Original Charcoal, America's grilling expert. Kingsford.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, "Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing." Or this one. "I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better." Unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
If Heineken Silver was a 60-second radio ad, it'd tell you all the stuff you need to know in only 30 seconds to keep things light and refreshing. Seriously, time me. Heineken Silver, a world-class light beer that's surprisingly crisp and refreshing, made with only premium quality ingredients and just 2.9 grams of carbs and 95 calories, all without compromising on taste. Heineken Silver, all the taste, no bitter endings. Order now at Heineken.com/silver. Must be 21 and older to purchase. Enjoy Heineken responsibly. Whew, 30 seconds, that's it. Done. Peace.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar and Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we're going to a Monday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that as we do every single day. And man, do we have a Monday show for you. We'll get you caught up on what's happening in the world, what happened this weekend. We'll do that with Woke News around 3:20. Deb will bring that to you. 4 o'clock hour, it's sports with our buddy Brandon Kravitz. We'll talk PGA Championship, NBA playoffs. Plus, in the 5 o'clock hour, we'll do trivia. Cool tickets to give away this weekend, or this week as well. Plus, we'll end it up with, you heard it here first, your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Oh, hello there.
Straight ahead producer, Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Find us easily on social media, Instagram and Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show. On Twitter, just at Jim Colbert Show, and all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. That's where you can check us out on YouTube. Just go to the website, click right through. When you get there, please give us a subscribe and like. That helps us out quite a bit.
Yes, it does.
Your 3 o'clock keyword is bank, B-A-N-K. This is the last week to get that cash. And we've had a bit of a dry spell, which usually means that we are going to pile it on this last week. Bank is your 3 o'clock keyword. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance to win $1,000. And don't forget, Fringe guys out there, if you want to promote your show, this will be the last week to do it for free on our show. Do that using a talk bag. Get the iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio once you get it. Send your promo over to Jack, and we'll get you on the air as well. And if you guys just want to do that for a comment on the show, it's easy there, too. How you guys doing today?
Doing good.
Good weekend?
Great weekend. Very productive. I'm happy to be at work so I could relax.
Yeah, no joke, buddy. Let me tell you.
I mirror that.
I would have worked all weekend not to do what I did this weekend. God almighty. I know this moving thing, we do it a lot, and I get ragged on a lot. It's part of our kind of our business plan a little bit. But
You are a sadist.
God almighty, man. I'm not doing another one. I can't do it again. Not my
Jack? If only we had a client who could have.
Yeah, I know. But the timing didn't work out for us for Cento, and I've used them 2 times before, and I didn't use them this time, and I should have. That was a grave mistake. It really was.
Yeah, we all know.
I will not do that again. That was brutal. Man, I've been still in good shape for my age. I'm in my mid-50s. I still am in pretty good physical condition. This week showed me, though, that age is undefeated when it comes to soreness and pain. Yesterday was really tough, just like being sore. And then listen, man, people out there humping it all day long, laughing at me right now. I know. I'm a bitch. I get it. Oh, God, but it felt good to get out there and work and get sweat my ass off. It was so good.
Speaking of sweating, was so happy to see Jack had a good result. Man, it was terrible to see that you came home to a house that was 84 degrees.
No joke, dude.
Oh, man,
I'll tell you the funny part of that story.
That's the worst feeling.
I see that, and I love it when people use our clients and then go on Facebook to tell everybody how great they are.
Right.
So I think somebody reposted it. I don't know, but I didn't see that Jack put it up, and I said, thanks for using, like we just met.
I saw that comment. I hearted it. I'm like, yeah, sure.
I was like, thanks for using them. I didn't even realize it was Jack that put it up. I just was so excited that one of our clients, gave such great service, which it doesn't really shock me when it comes to Mills, but when it gave such great service that somebody commented, I was like, oh, damn, it was Jack the whole time.
Yeah, we're talking.
I look like I never met him.
I made my first call to Mills Air on Thursday night when I got home from work. I figured, okay, let's see if I can set something up for Friday. Hopefully, we'll just make it through the night. We'll put the fans on. And, they got back to me. They had a technician that was actually in Oviedo, the town over from me, on his way to Davenport. He's like, he can be there in 20 minutes. I'm like, oh yes, please.
Bring it.
What was it, by the way?
Capacitor.
There you go.
And I also was suffering from restricted airflow, and I actually had a Freon leak that he detected.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
That's great.
And fix it. Just a couple Schrader valves.
Well, the cool thing is like that's what when we talk about the preventive maintenance thing, that's basically exactly what they do. They just double check everything, make sure it's operating properly, it's getting the right wattage or the right power flow, that all the air is able to move in and out of the unit, that you have good Freon. That's the great thing about it. That way you don't have that. You don't want to come on a Thursday night and have it be 85 degrees in your house.
And I mentioned it to you about just a few weeks ago. It's like, I need to call Mills Air and get on the preventative maintenance thing.
Yeah.
And, they probably would have prevented
detected it, yeah.
I had lunch with him
My
last week.
mom is on that schedule.
You gotta. I mean, you just gotta. It's like oil changes, man. You just gotta do it. It's like one of those things. It's a pain in the ass. Gotta do it.
Yep.
But yeah, we have to get him out to look at our system too, because there's a couple things we want to do. So I have to ask. So we moved it in this old ass house. This thing was built in 56, 57. And the one thing we realized after living in it for the first weekend is it does this one thing, Jack. It how do you say it? It smells like an old ass house.
Oh,
it
kind of like a Ben Gay smell.
It smells like an old ass house. No, it's
like mothballs and old Werthers.
Man, I wish it smelled like old Werthers.
Does it smell like asbestos?
It doesn't smell like asbestos, but that's another story we have, Jack.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
Aren't these fun?
To live vicariously through you,
Yeah.
I mean, Jack and I are doing great.
We found out that the kitchen tile, I guess, in the house isn't tile after all. It's a linoleum that you can't really tell because it's been down there for so long. And people out there listening to me right now that do house stuff are already pre-laughing at me because they know what's coming next.
Yeah.
Anything before like 97 in some instances will still have asbestos in there. and your flooring, linoleum, and tiles. Anything before that, it's almost a given. They give you a couple things to look at, but they say don't go poking around in any of the areas where it's a question mark of whether or not there's asbestos. And if you have to have it removed, this is how you have to do it, blah, 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 blah. You have to jump through 15,000 things. Or you do what I do. You just concrete over it. I'm joking. So anyway, we're finding out these little things, but I got to get this musky smell out of the house. It's kind of weird. It follows you around like an old ghost. Every house, every area is and we're now we're a smart home. How about this?
What?
I've got an old house with a new brain. And it ain't mine.
Oh,
yeah, mine's poisoned. Yeah, but I have that Google thing now. And I have to tell you, I thought it was sucked. At first, I was like, this sucks. Are you kidding me? And I'm walking into the kitchen last night, and I have my hands full of stuff, and I go, hey, Google, turn on the kitchen lights. And I'll be damned. Listen there. Hey, Google, it's a little too hot in here. How about, hey, Google, 73 on the thermostat. Google's like, you bet, buddy, 73, here it comes. AC turns on. I'm like, I am magic. Like I'm a wizard. Then
you know right now there are many listeners you've just adjusted their lighting and air conditioning.
Yeah, and they hate you now.
Yeah, but man, it's pretty cool. We have it set all
Hey
up
Google, play Real Radio 104.1,
right,
Volume
exactly.
10.
Right.
Oh.
But and we found out that through the house, the guy had installed smart features or the smart fixtures.
Yeah.
So that you can, the light switches and stuff.
Oh, I love that.
Buddy, let me tell
I'd
you.
still sweep it for cameras if
Listen,
I were
I am
you.
going to.
Okay, good, yeah.
We picked up a little signal on the Wi-Fi that made us a little naughty. Yeah.
Made you a little naughty.
Well, no. We picked up a signal on the Wi-Fi, and we couldn't figure out where it's coming from. Somebody said, it's like that old house. The call's coming from inside the house.
Yes.
The horse house. So my son is setting up the Wi-Fi stuff and sees a signal we do not recognize. And my son's like, couldn't be coming from next door. It's too far away. Couldn't be coming from there. It's too far away. Nobody behind us. Nobody in front of us. Where's this coming from? We're like, oh, somebody's spying. But we don't know what
you wiped down the doorknobs.
We don't know what it is yet. I wiped everything down.
I bet you did.
God, man. I can't tell the entire story yet. I got to clear it with legal before we get into this story with this house. All right, 407-916-1041. I'm glad that Mills took care of that for you, nice and cool.
Mills Air, awesome. What an unbelievable experience. And, I'm a new customer now. My previous guy who installed the system, no longer a business. He went out of business permanently, unfortunately.
Oh,
he passed.
God rest his soul.
Yeah.
But so now I'm a Mills Air customer.
Yeah, you like that? You like that first experience with these guys?
Oh, when you just imagine, okay, this is going to be. I imagine the next few steps and what a problem and a pain, and then within 90 minutes, that problem is just evaporated, and my air is blowing cold again.
Yeah, it's the greatest. That's why when Ross had his situation with his house, Ross and Olivia's house wasn't built for
central AC. It's the weirdest design.
Right, wasn't built for that. And he called up two other people beforehand, and they're like, we're not even going to do that. I don't even know how we're going to figure that out. And then Mills went in there and figured it out. I mean, that's really kind of what they do.
Yeah.
They specialize in stuff like that.
And shout out to Mike, who coordinated, and David, who was the tech, who was on site, and just... He's like, wait, this doesn't look right. Let me check this, and found the Freon leak, and which was thank you.
Yeah, too
know.
good.
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Jack had a very good weekend. His daughter Alana is doing a tribute to Alanis Morissette.
Yeah.
And it's getting like incredible rave reviews. Jack put a video up this weekend on Facebook of her singing, and I know that she's very talented, but man, not only did she nail the song and how it sounded, but the look was great as well. He also saw Ross's show. We'll learn about that a little bit later.
I wanted to hear about that.
This is the final week of Fringe going into Memorial Day weekend, so if you want to make sure to get your, it's orlandofringe.org. I was on it this morning figuring out when I can go see Ross's show. I'm going to the Friday night show for him. It's the earliest I can get there. But Jack saw the entire thing. I read one review of it from our buddy Michael Wanzi, and Wanzi said it was an amazing show, incredibly funny. So we'll get Jack's review a little bit. I'm sure it's going to be brutal. I hope it is.
Oh,
I hope Jack says,
let me at him.
I hope Jack says, I love this
Let
guy.
me at him.
He's a wonderful human being, but this show, oh my God, it's like prison food.
Oh, no.
But I know he's not going to.
I can't believe this was going to be a trio of us, and he cut me out of this one. Son of a bitch.
All right, 407-916-1041. Don't forget your 3 o'clock keyword is bank, BANK. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at $1,000. $100,000. We'll have a bunch of stuff to talk about, including the luxury goods market just got kind of weird. We're going to talk about government jobs today. We're going to talk about AI today, and we're going to talk about phones today. All of it really unique takes on those things. Deb, what do you have for news?
Well, for the news, we're going to talk about how the U.S. is monitoring the situation around the Iranian president's death.
Yeah.
Closer to home, changes to Disney's disability accessibility services are now in effect. And Diddy apologizes for video of an alleged assault. And I hate even using the word alleged.
There's no alleged.
We'll talk about that and more coming up next during Woke News.
You got it. All right, 407-916-1041 to call us. Text us easily at 77031. You want to leave a talkback? Do that easily as well. Just get the iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio once you get it. Use that microphone to send it over to Jack, and that includes you, Fringers. Get your promo on the air. Now back with Deb's News and more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Now that you can have people over again,
Why is your remote sticky?
tell your smart speaker to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Drivers can expect eastbound delays on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area between Osceola Parkway and 535. Looking at accident activity causing northbound delays on Conway Road at Gatlin Avenue. Another crash causing southbound delays on 1792 near Pleasant Hill Road. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Kissimmee. Save big at the Mattress Warehouse Memorial Day sale going on now. Save up to $500 on the all-new Tempur-Adapt adjustable sets. Plus, save more at the Mattress Warehouse Tempur-Pedic Floor Model Blowout event with 0% interest and a 1-year price guarantee. They're more than a mattress store. They're Mattress Warehouse.
The Family 4-Pack is back. Florida residents save with this exclusive offer featuring discounted tickets for a party of 4 at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Download right now, print that coupon for visiting, and plan your trip today. You can discover something real this summer. Visit the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, the only place where you can meet an astronaut, touch a moon rock, stand nose to nose with the real spatial Atlantis, and more. Launching a bold new territory this summer at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. It's at a down-to-earth price, of course, so plan your visit now. Calling all explorers, come face-to-face with real space and cutting-edge innovations. Such a wonderful place. Go check it out today. Get your tickets. Get that Family 4-Pack. It's KennedySpaceCenter.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
Do you need your contractor's license? In 4 short weekends with Camtech School of Construction, you'll be able to ace the state exam. Get legal, get licensed, get Camtech. Join us for a free info seminar this Tuesday night at 7 p.m. at the Holiday Inn Universal. CamtechSchool.com.
Are you bogged down with constant sneezing, watery eyes, and congestion? Do you get sinus headaches and infections? No one should have to suffer season after season. And thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus, treating your allergies is easier than you think. With personalized treatment plans tailored to your needs and budget, you can say goodbye to allergy and sinus issues for good. Book your appointment today at AspireAllergy.com. Aspire Allergy and Sinus, where relief is just around the corner. AspireAllergy.com.
Want to win a free motorcycle? I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and I'm giving away a free motorcycle valued up to $20,000. All you have to do is go to BikersWinOrlando.com. That's BikersWinOrlando.com. Enter today at BikersWinOrlando.com.
Being careful these days with your budget doesn't mean you have to settle for inferior quality jewelry at a mall store.
If you're used to shopping in malls and never been into an IDC before, I want to personally invite you in.
International Diamond Center owner Keith LeClaire.
We've got something for everybody. It doesn't matter your budget. It doesn't matter if you need financing. We'll make it happen.
As a manufacturing jeweler, IDC is able to cut out the middleman.
Our diamond bracelets, we buy the bracelet, we buy the diamonds, we assemble it. Our diamond bands, we buy the mounting, we buy the diamonds, we assemble it. So you're cutting out all that 40% that's in the middle for these manufacturers.
And that's for superior quality jewelry with free service for life.
When you come into IDC, you're going to get better quality for less, period.
International Diamond Center.
The one thing I'll guarantee you is you will make a big financial mistake if you don't shop IDC.
4 Orlando locations, or visit us online at shopidc.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
What's up?
I'm tired of feeling so bloated.
That used to be me. Then I got this.
Align Bloating Relief plus food digestion. A probiotic, right?
Yeah, it works naturally with your gut to help soothe occasional bloating and gas. Plus, it has vitamin B12 to aid digestion by helping convert food to cellular energy. 2 benefits, 1 capsule.
Align Bloating Relief plus food digestion from the #1 doctor-recommended probiotic brand. Learn more at alignprobiotics.com.
Gold demand is hitting record highs, but supply may not keep up. I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and I believe physical gold is the only way to truly protect your retirement savings from a chaotic world. To learn how to diversify your IRA or 401k into physical precious metals, text the word SHELTER to 989898 for a free info kit on gold IRAs from Birch Gold Group. That's SHELTER to 989898.
Message and data rates may apply.
Wayne Newton, Mr. Las Vegas, live June 2nd inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa. Unlike any show Mr. Las Vegas has done before. Hear never-before told stories of one of the most celebrated entertainers of all time, as well as singing crowd favorites and playing an assortment of instruments he has perfected over the years. On sale now at hardrocktampa.com or ticketmaster.com. Wayne Newton, live Seminole Hard Rock Tampa.
Think orange for your next vehicle. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Hey Orlando, it's Danielle Rod, and I'm inviting you to my solo show at the Orlando Fringe Festival tonight at 9:10 p.m. It's called The Process is Ugly, a story about Dee Dee, an ill-tempered woman who travels the world in search of a cure-all for her traumas and triggers. It's a silly little story inspired by big feelings. Trigger warning for adult themes. I've got 4 performances left, including tonight at 9:10, so come to the Scarlet venue at Orlando Family Stage. Be sure to grab your Fringe button at the box office. See you guys there.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Your 3 o'clock keyword is bank, B-A-N-K. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at winning $1,000. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack is right there, and Deb has your news.
And now, it's time for Woke News.
It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world.
On the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, Woke News, as always, is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. The U.S. is monitoring the investigation into the death of Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin was asked during a news conference today if he's concerned Iran would try to blame the U.S. or Israel for the incident.
The United States had no part to play in that crash, and that's a fact, plain and simple.
A helicopter carrying Raisi and 8 other people, including the Iranian foreign minister, crashed Sunday afternoon local time in the mountain province of East Azerbaijan. Meanwhile, the International Criminal Court is seeking arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar. The court's prosecutor told CNN the warrants are for charges of war crimes and crimes against humanity connected to the October 7th attack on Israel and the war that followed. He also said the ICC is seeking arrest warrants for Israel's defense minister and 2 other top Hamas leaders. The application for the warrants will be considered by a panel of ICC judges. Earlier this month, Netanyahu said any arrest warrants issued against Israeli officials, quote, would be an outrage of historic proportions, end quote.
They don't hold a lot of value, though, do they? These arrest warrants. Isn't this almost like it's not a show thing, but it's a way that they can kind of make their opinion known about how they feel about what's going on. Because, I mean, no one's going to go in there and arrest them, right?
Yeah,
I can't imagine.
Yeah, it's putting it on the record.
Right, exactly. That's what I thought.
Speaking of arrests and getting on the record, charges against world #1 golfer Scottie Scheffler related to an incident that happened outside the PGA Championship on Friday are expected to be dropped. That's according to No Laying Up editorial director Kevin Van Valkenburg. Scheffler was arrested outside the Valhalla Golf Club and charged with second-degree assault of a police officer, third-degree criminal mischief, reckless driving, and disregarding signals from an officer directing traffic. Police said the two-time Masters champion allegedly refused to comply after a pedestrian had been hit and killed by a tour bus and then dragged a police officer to the ground with his car. The police chief now saying, well, there is no body cam video of the incident itself. It's only the aftermath that was shot from a distance away. Scheffler said the incident was just a big misunderstanding and is currently scheduled to be arraigned tomorrow.
Jack sent me that text that morning, and I lost my mind. I'm like, finally, this guy did something fun. and then, of course, you find out what a tragic situation it was. And my wife says, she doesn't know anything about golf, but she knows I love it. She goes, well, is this guy an a-hole? Is he known to be an a-hole? I said, this guy getting arrested is like seeing Mr. Rogers' mugshot. This is the straightest, cleanest dude on tour. He just happens to be a straight-up player of a golfer.
And there is one part of this story, and I'm just over this. 2024, enough already.
Right.
And that is no body cam footage available.
I know.
Unbelievable, right?
Fix it.
Unbelievable.
Stop this.
In this day and age, you would think that that wouldn't even be a possibility.
I believe you're lying now.
Yeah. How about
when
this?
you tell me that?
Well,
I believe you're lying.
Let me defend it real quick. Kentucky as a state doesn't have Wi-Fi yet. So,
all right, voters are going to head to the polls tomorrow in part of Orlando. A special election is being held in District 5 to replace Commissioner Regina Hill. There are 7 candidates on the ballot. Polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at 5 locations on Tuesday. You can find your polling place at OCFelections.gov.
There you go.
Okay, so OCFelections.gov. The Orange County Election Supervisor, this is good news, expects a large turnout.
Nice.
You don't normally hear that with those off-calendar elections. Of course, this has been a big news story, but...
Now, do you mean a large turnout like it's going to be a lot of people or just a couple really fat people?
She tells Spectrum News 13. Thank you, Jack.
Appreciate that.
They're going to come out in droves, Jimmy. Okay. That should answer your question.
They'll get there eventually.
Well, you can't blame it on the Cheddar Bay biscuits because we thought this was the case, and it is. Red Lobster has filed for bankruptcy.
No!
The Orlando-based casual dining giant filed for voluntary Chapter 11 bankruptcy, but plans to remain open even as it closes locations across the U.S.
Right.
The popular chain, which Jack, I had learned, debuted back in 1968
or 9, wasn't
in
it?
Lakeland.
Yeah.
In Lakeland, Florida, had previously announced plans to close 99 locations as it deals with its financial problems, including most here in Central Florida, although the iDrive location is open, the Claremont location is open.
Yeah.
Like I said, Red Lobster was founded in 1968 in Lakeland, Florida, and has grown to nearly 700 nationwide locations as of 2019, but has seen a significant dip since the pandemic.
Trust me, it ran good for long enough. They made plenty of money off Red Lobster. Don't worry about it. Here's what I say about Red Lobster. I said this about a really popular barbecue chain and restaurant in Orlando once. I went there to eat. When I came out, I looked at my wife and I said, the best thing at this barbecue restaurant shouldn't be the French fries, right?
Yeah.
The best thing at your seafood restaurant shouldn't be a biscuit, right?
That's what they're known for, right?
That is what they're known for.
You shouldn't call your place Red Lobster and have everybody talking about your biscuits. They should talk about your seafood, but they don't.
Well, in other closure news, fans of a local brewery will have to say goodbye. Persimmon Hollow Brewing Company announced this weekend that it's closing its Orlando location at Lake Eola.
Ross killed it.
Yeah, the last day will be May 30th.
Too soon.
The original tap room in DeLand will remain open. Jimmy, shame on you.
They're
Stuck
just
a knife in its side.
You know what? They're great people, though.
Yeah.
You know, I really like them. So
Here's the thing: business is business. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
We knew that craft brewers are going to have a really difficult time because they grew so quickly.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if there's a big enough audience for craft beer to support this many brewers. And it turns out that I was right, or a lot of people were. It's not me, but a lot of these things are having difficult times. They're going to be shuttering, going smaller. The ones that didn't get distribution deals for their products are going to have a really difficult difficult time lasting or growing.
And the other people who said it was growing too fast, too big, too soon probably heard Jimmy say it.
Yeah,
so
that's exactly what happened.
Credit should go to him regardless.
Thank you.
The company says this was a difficult decision, but it was necessary for its reorganization plan. You're right, Jack. Jimmy should get all the credit.
Come on, guys. I did say it.
I'm rooting for Persimmon Hollow. Let's go.
Let's go.
I want them to do quite well over there in DeLand.
Absolutely.
But I don't want them to have debt where they can't do well. That's why doing this now is the best.
It's smart.
move.
Exactly. All right. Speaking of not so smart, the Flagler County School District is starting off the week with yet another reported threat.
Wow. This is like 3 last week or something,
There
wasn't
were
it?
3 last week. And
Damn.
Sheriff Rick Staley says Buddy Taylor Middle was placed on lockdown earlier this morning, but nothing suspicious was found on campus. The sheriff says his deputies have had so many of these calls directed at the Palm Coast School over the last week that they're getting better at dealing with them. It's basically practice for these guys. A 13-year-old boy was arrested in Daytona Beach in connection to one of the threats. And then starting today, the district says students who are kept at home this week because of the ongoing swatting events, parents or guardians concerned about school safety, if they don't go to school this week, don't worry about it. The school administrator says those absences will be marked as an administrative excused absence.
Wow.
So it will not count against.
And what sucks is you have to do the same exact drill for everyone, regardless of you've had 15 of these in a row. You can't do it because you don't know that this isn't a setup
Exactly.
to kind of lower the bar for people as they expect just to be another prank.
And and again, how are you supposed to wrap up the school year? Get those last minute projects in. Those were some of the most fun days of school. Were those last couple of weeks, and that's being taken away from kids at this school. Someone texted us last week at 77031 and said her kid has missed days and hours worth of classroom time because of this crap.
Unbelievable.
All right, after
I
years,
bet he ain't upset.
Shut up, Mom.
Exactly.
Shut up, Mom.
Shh, Mom. Shh, Mom. Shh. After years of delays, jury selection is finally underway in the sentencing trial for a Highlands County convicted murderer. Investigators say Zephan Zaver was only 21 years old when he opened fire in a SunTrust bank in Sebring in 2019, killing 5 women. Sebring Police Chief Carl Hoagland speaking after Zaver's arrest.
Zephan Allen Zaver knowingly and intentionally took the lives of 5 of our fellow community members, our sisters, our mothers, our daughters, and our coworkers.
What's amazing is Zaver was a former prison guard trainee who simply walked into the bank, opened fire, and then called police to tell them what he did.
Wow.
The bank has since been torn down and turned into a park with a memorial to remember the victims. The penalty phase is expected to last about 2 months.
Damn.
Down in South Florida, no charges are filed yet in the death of 15-year-old Ella Adler, who was hit by a boat while wakeboarding in Biscayne Bay. Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission Chair Rodney Barreto says the boat Adler was on actually should not have even been in the sandbar area near Nixon Beach, which is a low-speed, low-wake zone. Barreto is encouraging all boaters just in time for Memorial Day to take a safety class.
We encourage the public to take a boating safety class. It's not required to have a license to operate a boat. You throw that in, you throw jet skis and wet bikes in there, and you got a lot of people on the water.
Yeah, he says his agency is now pushing to tweak boating laws to keep people safer since you don't even, like he said, need a license to operate a boat here in Florida. And like I said, he's encouraging all boaters to take that safety class ahead of Memorial Day weekend.
Did you see the video of him loading the boat out when he got to the dock and everything? There's video of him at the marina. And, I mean, you can certainly tell that either this guy is a serial killer with bodies under his house, or he had no clue that he had hurt anybody because there was no rush. He didn't seem frazzled at all. He's like an old man out on his boat.
Yeah, he's like 77.
Yeah. And it's a pretty big boat.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
They said it was like a twin center console boat. It sounded like it was a good size.
It's a pretty good boat. I mean, it's not a boat. I mean, it's not like a John boat where if you hit something, it's going to throw you out of the damn thing. I mean, if you hit something on one of these things, you'd feel it for sure, but it wouldn't be.
You wouldn't know exactly what it was.
It's a big vessel.
Well,
You just assume it's a manatee and keep going.
Hey, if you have family coming into town for the holiday weekend, you need to be aware that changes to Walt Disney World's disability accessibility services are now in effect. So the program allows guests with developmental disabilities, think of the autism spectrum or something else, to get a return time for attractions rather than waiting in regular lines. The company says the adjustments will limit these services to immediate family members or no more than 4 guests. And that's starting today. People, get this, starting today.
You better not be effing around out there.
People will have to start registering for the program through video chats. Up to 30 days before your planned theme park visit.
This thing must have been way worse than we thought.
Yeah,
because,
man.
When
People abusing it?
When they dropped this bomb and they said, we will throw your ass out of everything with a Disney name on it. If you go into a store and we sell Disney cars, you're gone. Like, you're gone forever. Like, they're not playing.
They are not playing.
This thing must have been like that Netflix password thing. Disney's like, wait, what? Somebody showed them the analytics on it. They're like, how much? Get the...
Well, the same changes will go into place at California's Disneyland, but that won't happen until June 18th.
Right,
All right, speaking of the holiday weekend, Florida's gas prices are remaining pretty steady ahead of an anticipated very busy Memorial Day travel period. AAA says the current state average is $3.44 a gallon. That's the same price as this time last week, but it's also 15 cents lower than last month. The Auto Club is expecting about, a mere 2.5 million residents in the Sunshine State will travel for the upcoming holiday. Can you say busy roads?
10% of the people in the state on the road.
Yeah, exactly. And as you can imagine, Orlando, Miami, Fort Lauderdale are among the top destinations in the country this weekend. Speaking of driving, don't forget to put on that seatbelt because more law enforcement officers are hitting the roadways as millions of Floridians plan to travel for this upcoming Memorial Day weekend. The Florida Department of Transportation kicked off its annual Click It or Ticket initiative earlier today. You definitely want to have that thing on if you're riding dirty. The enforcement campaign is scheduled to run through Sunday, June 2nd. The busiest days for the holiday weekend will be Thursday and Friday as people head out of town. Pack your patience.
Yes.
Don't be like this next person.
Oh, God.
A wild early morning scene on a Miami causeway landed one woman in handcuffs.
All right.
Florida Highway Patrol Lieutenant Alex Camacho says an argument quickly got heated after a white SUV struck a woman's stopped black BMW, partially blocking a right lane.
The driver of the BMW who was arrested, an adult black female, she did have what seemed to be a screwdriver in her hand, and it was kind of situation was escalating rather quickly.
Yeah, bitches be tripping, man.
Phillips or Flathead?
It doesn't matter. Yeah, when that thing's going into your side, it does not matter, I promise. Could be a star drive at that point.
Well, other people in the vehicles, troopers and officers were able to de-escalate the situation, and thankfully, no one was hurt.
Ooh, someone was going to stab you. What would you prefer them to use?
That's a good question. I would go with Phillips.
I would go with Phillips as well.
Flathead, or Torque's head? This star.
Ooh, probably Torque's, because you got to remember, you don't want that flathead going in ripping, and because it's blunt,
right?
And it's going to tear more. You want to pierce, and
Plus,
maybe it'll kind of seals it coming out.
If you get the star one, then you get a killer scar when you're done.
You're right.
It's almost like a free tat. You know what I'm saying?
Torque's it is.
There it is. All right. Sad news. Really,
we answer the hard questions.
We do answer the hard questions. Right. This is really sad news out of the music world. I was shocked when I saw this.
Oh.
The drummer and founding member of the band Stained.
Oh, they were just here, were they not?
Has died at the age of 53.
They were the headline for EDBD.
They were the headliner?
Yes. Wow.
Yeah. The passing of John Wasaki was announced by his current band, Lydia's Castle, posting that he died surrounded by family and friends. Now, Wasaki helped form Stained in 1995. He's reportedly kicked out of the band in 2011. The band was behind such hits, as you heard right here. It's been a while and so far away. The cause of death has not been announced.
Oh, so we didn't see him at EDBD.
No.
He was out of the band already.
Yeah.
Wow, 53.
53.
Yeah. I'll call that as young.
Yeah.
It's young.
It's young,
it's younger
Jack.
than me, dude. It's young.
It's very young, Jack.
Yeah.
It's very
young.
Very young.
Jack. It's young. Say it's young, Jack.
It's young.
Yeah,
yes,
thank
it
you.
is. Yeah, it is.
We can go forward now.
All right. And then finally, the other story, of course, that just set the internet and everything else on fire over the weekend is P. Diddy, Sean Diddy, Puffy, whatever you want to call him. Well, Sean Diddy Combs is apologizing.
There's a few things I like.
Oh, yeah, old Punch Daddy.
Yeah, Punch Daddy. There you go. He's apologizing after video released Friday Now, my copy says appeared to show. No, it shows him assaulting his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura.
Cassie.
Cassie
Yeah.
Ventura in 2016. I should know that. I loved her song that he helped.
Yeah.
Now, in a video posted on Instagram Sunday, the rapper and businessman said his behavior in the video was, quote, inexcusable, end quote. Combs also said he tried to be better since the incident.
I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. Now they're going to therapy. They're going to rehab.
He added that he takes full responsibility for his actions and that he was disgusted when he did it, and he's disgusted now. Ventura reached an undisclosed settlement with Combs in November of 2023, one day after suing him for abuse.
Could not write that check fast enough.
The Los Angeles District Attorney, where the alleged assault took place, said it will not be charging Combs because the statute of limitations had already expired. Meanwhile, Mayor Eric Adams is considering revoking the key to New York City he gave to Combs.
Sure.
The mayor said he and his city hall team will decide what the next steps will be, and Adams added they've never rescinded a key before.
Wow, really?
So this would be the first time that they'll take the key back after giving it.
Yeah, the crazy thing is like you don't need to put him in jail to ruin him. He's done. This is it for him. There's no way possible he can come back from a video like that. No way possible.
Especially
this woman is 5'6", weighs 110 pounds. Puffy's like 5'11", 200, and knows how to roll. I mean, it's not like this guy is, this guy came out of a board. I mean, this guy is a monster.
Not to mention, she was 17 and he was 37 when they met.
Unbelievable, dude. The video is so brutal. I can't imagine anybody with integrity that would want to be near this guy, in a room with him, do any deal with him.
The difference is evidence, right? And when you get to see it, when there is video, it just has so much more of.
Yeah.
First of all, it causes everyone to talk about it, makes it more viral because people are going to watch it, and then everyone knows. So without that video, it's like, oh yeah, I hear he's a bad guy, but it's not ingrained in your memory like it is because of that video.
And there's no context you can use to explain that away.
Yeah.
She could not have physically done anything to him to deserve that.
Well, not only that, the video is, I think he's getting extra now because he spent so long, saying that he was being wrongly accused, coming out with that tweet saying that he's going to defend his family and his legacy and his name, and saying that none of those horrible things had ever happened. Then you come to find out he paid, upwards of $50,000 to make sure the security footage never actually saw the light of day.
Yeah.
Until CNN broke it on Friday. And ever since then, people are like, we can't even believe the apology you're giving us because you spent the last year denying this stuff ever happened.
Yeah.
Now we can see with our own eyes.
So one of the reports I saw today is look forward to an onslaught of video that this guy has paid for over his life. That there are known to be other videos showing this guy's abhorrent behavior towards many people, namely women. So we'll see if it happens.
Well,
there's no downside to releasing that, right? Like,
I mean, if she paid for, if there was
well, who'd he pay? Right?
Well, I don't,
was it the hotel?
Yeah. I don't know.
Well,
he did pay the hotel for the video. That's supposedly what happened.
Okay, so that's where the $50,000 went, right?
Allegedly,
$50,000 to do that, and they release it. What? Did they sign something? Can he sue them?
I don't know.
He can't sue them.
I can't imagine that a hotel would even enter into an NDA like that.
Exactly.
Because, they're,
So it had to be on the down low.
On the down low with like a security guard who worked there.
So is there any repercussions to them doing this when,
No, I mean, if he can't face charges, then I can't see why he would want to create more litigation for himself when it's only going to make him look even worse.
Yeah.
So he paid for all of it, and now I guess karma has a bill.
Yep.
And now you all are officially woke.
Thanks, Deb.
You're welcome.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Your keyword for the 3 o'clock hours, bank, BANK. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Back in a sec, Jack has a question he asked right before we went on the air.
It's a good one.
And it has perplexed me because I am in the same boat. I'll tell you what that is next.
This Memorial Day weekend, get ready to set sail on a 3-day voyage into the world of yacht rock. Go back, Jack, do it again. How long has this been going on? So I ride like the wind. It's a yacht rock weekend on Real Radio 104.1. And to keep this promo in line with the genre, we will just fade out with the music.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Hey there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. Today, our high temperature reaches 89 degrees. Look for partly cloudy skies, although there could be an afternoon downpour or brief thunderstorm. The chance for rain 30%. Tomorrow, our afternoon rain chance goes up to 40%. High temperature close to 89 degrees. Now, the middle toward end of the work week featuring warming temperatures, highs in the lower to middle 90s, and dry conditions. But that'll cue us up for some afternoon storms on this Memorial Day weekend. I'm Fox 35's Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With savings of up to 25%, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote at directauto.com. Savings based on discounts can vary. How you buy can affect price. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490.
Spring has sprung and it's full tilt boogie time at GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
16th Minute of Fame is the new weekly podcast hosted by me, Jamie Loftus. And every week, we take a closer look at an internet character of the day. Bean Dad, The Dress, 30 to 50 feral hogs. If you knew what any of those were, you spend too much time online. And I do too. Who are they? What made them notorious? Why did the internet choose them? And what does a person do when they get more attention than the human psyche can handle? Listen to 16th Minute of Fame on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search 16th Minute of Fame.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
Let's watch TV.
What do you want to watch?
The Big Bang.
It's one of my all-time favorites.
It's Big May on CW18.
Every night at 7 o'clock.
Bang, bang. And it doesn't get any bigger than the Big Bang.
Sounds like a party.
Did someone say party? Party's my middle name.
Let the good times roll.
Are you having fun?
Oh, yeah, this is it.
The Big Bang Theory. Weeknights at 7, 7:30, and 11. Part of Big May on CW18.
Still funny.
From sunrise to sunset, West 2 News on CW18 has you covered. Mornings from 7 to 10, start your day with Central Florida's most accurate forecast from First Warning meteorologist Kellyanne Klass.
You'll always have a clear view of what's ahead.
Then tonight at 10, get caught up and know what's happening now with Stuart, Michelle, Tony, and Darren.
It's all in a day's work, and our work never stops.
AM or PM, West 2 News on CW18 has you covered.
Gold demand is hitting record highs, but supply may not keep up. I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and I believe physical gold is the only way to truly protect your retirement savings from a chaotic world. To learn how to diversify your IRA or 401k into physical precious metals, text the word SHELTER to 989898 for a free info kit on gold IRAs from Birch Gold Group. That's SHELTER to 989898.
Message and data rates may apply. I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Hey guys, listener from Louisville here. Just wanted to give you a heads up about the Louisville police. They do wear body cams, but I believe in this situation with Scotty Scheffler, the officer's body cam was covered up by a neon green safety vest, and that is why there is no footage. Have a great show. Love you guys.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Jimmy, you hit it on the head. That video is very damning, and anybody with integrity would not want to be seen or in a room with Puffy at all. You said it, and so now I'm thinking, is this the VP candidate to run with Trump?
Hey guys, happy day. I am a little confused if that massive POS Diddy admitted that is him on the video. Deborah, why do you still have to say allegedly? He whooped her ass on video. There is no allegedly about it.
Well, we have to legally cover our butts.
Yeah, we do. And even though, because he hasn't been charged because it's past the statute of limitations.
Right.
So he's not going to be charged for that. But you say alleged so that he doesn't take a shot at us. We work for a gigantic company, and you just don't want that heat.
Did he? So he admitted to doing it.
Yeah, he apologized
did
for it.
in the apology video, and you can see who it is on
So
the video.
you can say that's him in the video.
Yes. I mean, you can.
Yeah.
I mean, but you got to remember, his response was just yesterday, was it not?
Yeah, it was Sunday afternoon on Instagram.
Yeah, so I mean, it just happened. So I probably just habit of saying that as you deliver news and as you deliver things on the air, you have to be very careful.
Yeah, you can't. Well, you can't accuse him.
You have to be very careful about accusatory language. You always have to follow it up with allegedly.
Right, with no crime. I mean, you got to remember, there's no charge.
But we can see him beating a woman.
Right.
He admitted to that being him. So that is factual.
Yeah, there's no question. He beat the complete hell out of her. You know what the great part of this entire story is that I wished could happen? And now, with internet and with Netflix paying for fights between everybody, I think a refrigerator's fighting a donkey next week, and you can tune in. You know what Cassie's her current husband, she married him in 2019. Do you know what he does for a living? His name is Alex Fine. Well, he's a personal trainer now, but what he used to do for a living is bull ride. And I will tell you this. There are some tough people out there. There's no question. There are people who play sports, rugby.
Oh, he's a cutie.
Yeah, rugby, football. All those sports are really, really very tough, very difficult sports. I would tell you that if you went to the entire NFL and you said, I'm going to roll this bull out here, and I want one of you guys, one of you big tough fellas in this in the NFL, all teams provided, one of you guys to step forward and voluntarily get on this thing while we cinch a leather piece around this bull's nuts and then let this thing run crazy in an arena. Anybody want to step forward and volunteer to do that? I'll tell you straight up, you can say whatever you want about sports people and being tough until these bull riders are not even human. They're fake people. Nobody in their right mind gets on top of a 2,000-pound pissed-off donkey and starts letting that thing kick and swing its head around and vaporize your bone structure with just one glance of its head or horn and gore you. And thank God if you get lucky enough. I grew up with a guy who's now a rodeo clown and rider, and his nickname was Skinny Kenny when we were kids. And again, until you've been thrown 4 stands up in by an animal that would kill everybody in your family easily, I would love to see this guy get his hands hold of Puffy. It would be great. Puffy couldn't hit him hard enough. You can't hurt a bull rider. You have to kill him.
Even
when they start lowering when those guys start crawling in on top of those bulls, and it's just that piece of rope, and that gate swings open, and they cinch that thing. And that's what they're doing, by the way. You see that one guy in the back pulling that cinch around his sack so he can get the most action out of him? Just think about that. You are voluntarily lowering yourself down on something that hates your guts and only wants to cause damage. That's a different kind of man.
Yeah.
That is a different kind of machine. You can lift all the weights you want until you get kicked in the ribs by a bull. You don't know anything about yourself. God almighty. You got a great rodeo up there where I'm from. Those guys, and it's the skinniest of them.
I took the family. We went to the Silver Spurs once. It's an experience. Definitely.
It is.
Glad we went, and it's something you should see once in your life. I love when they put the little kids on the
sheep?
The sheep.
Oh,
and
yeah,
they
that's great. All right, 407-916-1041. We'll have a fresh keyword for you at the top of the hour. So, Jackie had a question before the show.
Yeah, this just occurred to me like past couple weeks, as I have oranges at home, and I love oranges, right? Usually I just peel them, get rid of the peel, eat the orange.
Yeah, sure.
Good to go. Sometimes you can also slice an orange, and it's connected to the peel, eat it that way.
Yeah.
However, now that I have started enjoying an old-fashioned, usually every night.
That's a bourbon drink.
It requires an orange peel is part of the garnish in
It
that.
is. Yeah.
And I'm like, well, if you're putting a garnish in there, shouldn't you wash the fruit first? Because the actual peel is going in the drink. And it's funny because all my life I've been eating oranges. I never wash an orange before I eat it or peel it. But then I started thinking about, well, if I'm peeling it with my hands, then I'm eating it,
Right.
So whatever's on that is getting in under my fingernails because I'm peeling it. Or even if you cut it and slice it to eat it, that peel is going in your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, do you wash your oranges before you consume them?
Can I tell you something, buddy? I never even thought that would be a question in my life.
Yeah.
But I drink the same thing.
Yeah.
And now that I'm thinking about it, I will now wash my damn. I just bought one. I literally just bought an orange to be able to have in drinks yesterday.
Yeah.
And I am now going to wash it. And the funny thing is I wash everything, apples, stuff like that, grapes, whatever, all your veggies.
But those are the stuff that you're not peeling.
Right,
you're eating the skin there. It's
Sure.
like you wouldn't wash a banana, but because
I wash my potatoes though.
But you make a good point though, Jack. Even though it's a peelable fruit and you're not eating the rind, your hands are still handling the rind, and then you're handling the fruit on the inside with the same whatever was on the outside. So I never thought about it before, but I think he started a new trend.
And
We're
then-
going to start washing our oranges.
when you wash your fruit, what do? You just put them under water and kind of wipe them off?
Yeah,
I
that's
use
all
a
it is,
little bit
yeah.
of Dawn.
Do you really?
Yeah.
No, just warm water is all I do.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know they make some fruit spray, but
They do.
that smells funky.
No, I don't want that in my drink.
I
Are you
tried it
crazy?
once. Yeah, it's like, I don't know that.
By the way, I guess that strap that they pull in the bulls isn't around their genitals; it's around their flank, equally pissing them off.
Yeah, I don't
think it matters. I could have said around your nose. If that thing's trying to kick your heart out of your back through your spinal cord, I don't think it matters what they're tying it around. But either way, I don't want to be wrong. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in just one sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Delays continue east and westbound on I-4 today in the Orlando area by the major attractions exits. Stop-and-go delays reported northbound on the Greenway due to accident activity blocking the left shoulder just before Lake Mary Boulevard. Heavy traffic reported southbound on 1792 due to accident activity blocking multiple lanes on the roadway near Pleasant Hill Road. If you see other traffic problems, make sure you're calling the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
And let's get you that new bathroom you've been dreaming of for so long. My friends over at Rebath of Mid-Florida right there in Altamont Springs can do that for you with a beautiful bathroom they install in just 4 to 6 days. That is not me misspeaking. That is the actual time, not 4 to 6 weeks or months. Now, those are the times you normally hear when it comes to bathroom installations because that's kind of service you normally get. This is not a normal company. This is a father and son company. Dave and Josh Denbauer been doing it here in town for about 15 years. And in in town means they've been selling beautiful bathrooms with quality products with names you've known for many, many years. And I'm telling you, they are all about getting you the bathroom of your dreams. Drop by their showroom, 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. You can actually see some of their models set up, and that's what they are. They're just models to show you what their products can look like in different configurations. What they have is a design team to take your ideas and their products and create the bathroom that you love, and they are going to do a great job. Even better, they'll give you $800 in upgrades if you just tell them you heard about them from the Jim Colbert Show. That's all you got to do. $800 upgrade, whatever you want. Hop on board. RebathMidFLA.com. Check out the before and afters, then book your appointment. Your new bathroom's waiting for you right there in Altamont Springs.
Car crash? Call Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
Ah!
That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline.
Navage is done, has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way, for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Secure your roof's future today. Don't gamble with the elements. Book a complimentary roof inspection with Universal Roof and Contracting now. Throughout May, get 15% off any roof repair or replacement. Plus, enter for a chance to win $10,000 towards your next roof replacement at the iHeartMedia Orlando Dream Home Makeover. Call 855-ROOF-HELP or visit universalroof.com to schedule your inspection. Offer ends May 31st. Terms and conditions apply. Offer subject to change. Contact us for full details. Licensed and insured in Florida. CCC 057165. CBC 1258484.
Jim Colbert here for FAS Windows and Doors. Are your energy costs through the roof? Well, it's time to replace your single-pane aluminum windows with the most energy-efficient option available. Keep the heat outside during the summer and inside during the winter. Too much outside noise getting in? Considering replacing older windows and doors with laminated insulated glass, providing as much as 100% improvement. Keep that noise outside where it belongs. Offering rebates of $100 per window and $200 per door. Also offering 24-month, no money down, no payment, no interest financing. For a completely free in-home consultation, call FAS or visit them online. Trust the leader, FAS.com.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website: money. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Well, howdy, y'all. This is Mama Judy. Now, my grandchild is telling my life story over at the Orlando Fringe Festival in the Scarlet venue tonight at 6:10 p.m. Yeah, you can come on out and hear my life story. Also, learn about all of my favorite flowers. I hope I see you there. And wouldn't you know, tickets are only $6 tonight. See you there.
See you there. That's how you do it. Just get the iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio. Once you get it, use that microphone to send whatever you want. If you're a fringer, send a promo. If you're just listening to the program, you get a comment, send that to them as well. We play them as talkbacks right before we come back to those segments. We appreciate that very much.
And we got a bunch. We got about a half dozen in the chute.
Right on. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Money is your 4 o'clock keyword, MONEY. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Money, guys. That'll do it. That is your 4 o'clock keyword. Good luck. Welcome back. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Word.
Okay, so, the luxury market hits a bunch of people, right? Talk about some luxury items. What are some luxury items? Huh?
Handbags.
Yeah, boats. Handbags. This is what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Like handbags. We know that boats are
Watches.
because, watches, handbags.
Shoes.
Yeah. Right? Designer clothes. We just talked about the PP jeans that were like $800, right?
Not those. Mm-mm.
What would be the weirdest place? What would be the weirdest item that could wind up a luxury item? What do you think would be weird to see as a luxury item? This is and I know this.
Food.
That's the answer.
Oh, God, I was joking because I thought that
Dad. Thank you for ending that. I love when you get it and I don't have to guess.
Food is, but let me help you out why. Because what I was about to say is everybody knows that you can have a luxury dining experience.
Yes.
Right? But that's an experience. That's you going to a really nice place, you're dressing up, you're getting really nice wines that are curated through a sommelier to really help you experience the wonderful exotic foods, whether it be seafoods or perfectly cooked pieces of beef or whatever the case may be. That everybody understands that when you go to a nice place, that you're going to pay a little money, right? That's not the food I'm talking about. Was that the food you were talking about?
No, I was just saying that as like, man, what a statement on modern humanity.
Yeah.
That food gets to be a luxury item, and for a lot of families it is.
Well, so you are right. One of the reasons I pulled this, and it actually worked out great with Jack's orange washing story, is this. There is now a particular food item that is being considered a luxury. All right? It's only grown in one part of the world, and it's something that you may have eaten this weekend.
Vanilla?
But because of this specific thing, this specific place, and how they grow it, this very common food item has now reached that luxury thing. Like if you see one in someone's house, you now know that those people have this kind of money to pay for that thing.
A composter.
It's not a composter. It is a food item. Not a piece. It's a food. You can eat this.
Pineapple.
Is the answer.
What?
Well, thank you, Jack, for answering, because now I don't have to.
Pineapple is the answer. Did you guys read the story this weekend? Did you see it?
No.
That's so amazing. How in the F could you do that? Of all the things you can eat in your life, you just spit out pineapple?
Yeah, well,
and of all the things you can have that are luxury is food?
I'm not lying.
How much do you believe that Del Monte is charging for their Ruby Glow pineapple? This is a pineapple that's grown, I believe, only in Argentina. The limited crop was originally in China. You can only get it through Costa Rica. My apologies. You can only get it through specific shops. It's a pineapple called a Ruby Glow pineapple. How much do you think one of these Ruby Glow pineapples is going to cost you at Melissa's Produce in California?
Deb, get it on the money and see if he can lose his mind.
$50.
It is not $50.
Oh, no, it's got to be more. I'll go $150.
Now, Del Monte, which sells a variety of produce, specializes in pineapple and has for a long time, of course, right? This would be like buying a fine bottle of wine. And by the way, this Melissa's Produce carries specialty fruits and vegetables. Hard to find specialty fruits and veggies. You guys are wrong. It's not 50 or it's not, what'd you say, 100?
100, no, 150.
He said 150.
I'll give you one more guess.
$300.
$6,000.
The pineapple is going to cost you $395.99. It's a $400 pineapple. $400.
That's stupid.
$400.
It can't taste that good.
For a pineapple. That's exactly what I said. You know what? I got to tell you, this is the whole thing with wine, like people in wine and liquor. You know, I have a reputation, I guess, for knowing about pretty good food. I do have a pretty good palate. I won't say it. But I'm telling you, when it comes to wine, stooge. A complete stooge. I know when one's bad, but I don't know when one is better than the other. And that would be just like this pineapple. I'll be like, oh, that's pretty sweet. It's like a pink color. And when you cut it in half or whatever, it has that pink kind of glowing, like kind of ruby-ish golden color.
Somebody just said, guys, there's a produce person in Claremont that has them for $15. Now that's Jack's
the ruby
language.
Glows?
Apparently the ruby glows.
Really? It says this is, and there's a giant interest in this expensive, very hard to find fruits and vegetables for the ultra wealthy now.
Of course.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. It says the rise, Honeycrisp apples are what started it. Because that apple, like it was 30 years ago. All you had was red and golden delicious apples, right? So, and Macintosh apples were also standard. But they started making these Honeycrisp apples.
Those are so good.
People lost their mind. And you know why, right? It's the same reason anybody eats any of this stuff. It's sweeter. Americans love sugar.
Yeah.
You can't make it sweet enough for Americans.
That's the truth.
You can't. Like there was, went to the store in the new area of town I live in now. No Mountain Dew.
What?
Like no Mountain Dew. The entire aisle was wiped out of Mountain Dew.
It was just sold out.
No, don't you say it?
Because all they do is drink it.
All right.
Yeah. Well, welcome.
Meth heads like that, right?
What's that?
Meth heads like that, Mountain Dew? Gamers and
like
stuff?
I said, welcome.
Yeah. So there's a Chinese company or a Japanese company called Oishis, and what they do is they sell vertically grown strawberries. How much do you think they get for 8 strawberries? When you get them there, it's a pack of 8. Like they're packaged like eggs, like in a crate thing that has a...
Really?
Yeah. How much
they use hydroponics?
How much do you think 8 strawberries are from this place?
$25.
Wait, this is the $400 pineapple
This is a
place?
different one, just kind of showing you that this exotic, expensive food thing is a
8
thing.
strawberries, you said 25? Yeah, I'll go $40.
Yeah, $50.
Whoa.
And even at $50, they have thousands of people in the wait list.
See, that to me is just stupid.
And I don't buy strawberries till it's 2 baskets for $5. That's my max price.
That's right. And the bottom is just mush.
Yeah, that's my max
they're,
price.
They're so old. Like the bugs in them have put up mailboxes. I just found this kind of crazy. It says there's a pink glow that was selling for about $50. You know, those are going.
Oh no, not that pink glow.
Yeah,
that doesn't sell for $50.
The ruby glow says it's a rare gem and it's the pinnacle of luxury fruit. For the gourmand, it is an unforgettable gift. Like if you gave me a $400 pineapple,
you'd slap me.
I'd beat you with it. That's how I get my $400 out of it. $400 of smacking you around the yard with this pineapple.
In fact, it's those stories that make me want to do the opposite.
Yeah, it could never live up to that. That's the thing. Like you go to get a great cup of coffee, what's supposed to be the best bottle, it'll never live up to what it should do for that money. Like there's nothing this pineapple. Well, if the pineapple had hands, maybe there was something. But there's nothing this pineapple could do for me.
Say for $400, man.
There's nothing this thing couldn't do for me.
A couple of things
right,
it does
you
for
have
you.
to turn it into a fleshlight.
And then it still owes you.
And it says here, somebody ate it and they give it a review. It says it was absolutely delightful. Well, what else are you going to say?
Right, exactly.
When you pay $400 for a piece of fruit, you're going to go, well, that was a mistake. You're the king of duh.
I've got regrets.
Right, exactly. Says that what you can do is what they think is going to happen is for Christmas and Thanksgiving this year in certain households that these things will be a must with your charcuterie board, that you're going to have these ruby glow pineapple chunks on boards to kind of prove to people, at what level you're rolling when it comes to your Christmas party. That's what they think is going to happen this year with these ruby glow pineapples.
So there's going to be a run of Winter Park women in yoga pants.
Oh, yeah.
Lululemon.
It's no different than those damn handbags. I mean, it really is no different than
the
that.
Birkin?
Well, it's just all of those bags. It's a bag. Nobody really cares.
Well, I have no idea why they spend that kind of money on a Birkin bag.
$30,000 for a purse?
Oh, that's a cheap one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's a cheap
You'll
Birkin.
never have anything in the purse worth more than the purse.
First thing that gets spilled on it has to die.
Right. Grandchild. It doesn't matter.
Anything.
Wow. I just couldn't believe this. Yeah. So the company, I guess, the Del Monte, to answer to this, rolled out a thing called the Pink Glow. And it comes with pink flesh. And these things, by the way, are shipped in boxes like Rolexes.
I bet.
The box is like this leather box. And you get it sent, and you open it up like it's a bottle of fine whiskey or wine.
You got to keep this whole facade going.
The reason this is kind of weird, you know that pineapples back in the day were considered the fruit of luxury. Like kings and queens had pineapples on to prove their wealth and their prominence.
And now swingers have them.
Right, exactly.
It's a whole different audience. How did that change?
Oh, no, there's some kings and queens, trust me.
Well, yeah, no.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. By the way, money is your 4 o'clock keyword, M-O-N-E-Y.
Yeah, get you some.
Go to realradio.fm and win that money. You can get yourself 2 pineapples for that. Shipping's going to cost you a little bit.
You're not even kidding, man. That's
right.
so sad.
Jack, what you got?
Yeah, besides that $1,000 cash contest, we have another contest happening on our website, and it's a dream home makeover. And this is actually 5 separate contests. So if you maybe you can't afford a $400 pineapple,
right?
But it doesn't mean you can't have nice things. This is a chance to win some nice stuff. And we are talking up for grabs: bathroom remodel, flooring, solar battery setup, roofing, and large appliances. Register now for your chance to win a solar battery for your home from Sunwave Energy. Just one of 5 different contests going up for grabs right now. And you can go to our website, realradio.fm/contests, enter online. And, it's your own unique benefits for improving your home to create that perfect living space. Again, on our website, enter realradio.fm/contests. And good luck to you.
You got it. All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec with sports with our buddy Brandon Kravitz.
You text us at 77031, and we say it on the air. Sometimes. We might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Slow traffic reported on I-4 traveling east and westbound by the Osceola Parkway exit and 535. Still looking at major delays southbound on 1792 near Pleasant Hill Road due to a crash blocking multiple lanes on the roadway. Stop and go delays continue northbound on the Greenway where accident activity blocks the left shoulder as you approach Lake Mary Boulevard. If you see traffic problems, make sure you're calling the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, "Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing." Or this one, "I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better," unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Do you need your contractor's license? In 4 short weekends with Camtech School of Construction, you'll be able to ace the state exam. Get legal, get licensed, get Camtech. Join us for a free info seminar this Tuesday night at 7 p.m. at the Holiday Inn Universal. 1-800-875-PASS.
I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day and we recovered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
If Heineken Silver was a 60-second radio ad, it'd tell you all the stuff you need to know in only 30 seconds to keep things light and refreshing. Seriously, time me. Heineken Silver, a world-class light beer that's surprisingly crisp and refreshing, made with only premium quality ingredients and just 2.9 grams of carbs and 95 calories, all without compromising on taste. Heineken Silver, all the taste, no bitter endings. Order now at Heineken.com/silver. Must be 21 and older to purchase. Enjoy Heineken responsibly. Whew, 30 seconds, that's it. Done. Peace.
This is Steve Kramer. Let me tell you a business secret. There are sketch companies out there selling awards. Make sure the awards earned by your lawyer are from respected organizations. At Trendley Kramer Law, our lawyers have been recognized by Orlando Magazine Best Lawyers, Florida Trend Legal Elite, Super Lawyers, and listed in U.S. News as a best law firm for years. We've earned the awards that can't be bought. Trendley Kramer, TK Law, oneFirmForLife.com.
Kick off your summer with iHeart 80s. Rewind to a decade in music that defined a generation. From Madonna to Michael and more. iHeart 80s goes commercial free all Memorial Day weekend and every weekend. Open the free iHeart app, search iHeart 80s, and start listening now. iHeart Radio. Free never sounded so good.
Radio. Radio. 104.1.
Now back to the Jim Colbert Show.
Happy Monday, Jim Colbert and Company. It's Concrete Mike. Back in the mid-90s, I knew a bull rider, and this guy's, I want to call it a rap sheet of his medical records and injuries was ridiculous. Oh, yeah. It was like a small novel.
Yeah.
He was always hurt, always broken, always recovering, steel plate in his head, all kinds of stuff. It was insane. I don't know how they do it, man. I give them credit.
Yep. Toughest people, some of the toughest people I've ever met were in the rodeo world. Bronc riders, bull riders.
We had a family friend whose name was Loco because he was a bullfighter.
Yeah.
He'd been gored a couple of times.
Oh, yeah, it's no fun.
Oh, yeah, picked up and thrown around, around his pelvis. He took a horn.
Yeah, just YouTube.
Good times.
Just YouTube bull riding's best, hardest hits, and you'll see. You'll see. All it takes is that thing to throw its head back once and just kind of crush, just powderize your entire face. That happened to a guy.
But way to go, Cassie.
Yeah, good job.
Because Mr. Alex is fine.
Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio. Money is your 4 o'clock keyword, M-O-N-E-Y. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Welcome back. I am Jim. There's Deb. Jack is here. Yep. And every single Monday at 4:20, he comes by from 96.9 The Game. He's sports over there from 3 until 6 every day. But here, he's sports and life. Good and loud for our buddy Brandon Kravitz. The BK.
All right, I have ventured into the life category.
I like
this
that,
is
yeah.
how you join the mainstream. I never know what I'm gonna listen to when I pop into this studio. You guys always hit me with something weird, and bull riding.
Oh yeah,
is
dude.
no different.
That's a sport you should be covering. You should dedicate a lot of time to bull riding and women's tennis.
Out of the 24 talkbacks I have, I thought that one would play with your audience the best.
Yeah, we have a huge bull riding audience.
Bigger than your hockey audience.
Rangers Panthers headed to the next round. Next up, this segment sponsored by the injury law firm of the Kaufman and Lind at pound 546 on your cell or when you need us.com. I'm talking to you, Scotty Scheffler.
All right, no joke. What a mugshot. There are people already the next day with his mugshot T-shirts on.
Oh.
And my wife asked me, I was just telling the guys earlier, my wife asked me, is this guy, an a-hole? Is he a bad guy? Or is he that guy? And I go, this is like Mr. Rogers getting arrested. This is like the straightest guy on tour. He just happens to be the best player in the world right now. But Scotty Scheffler.
I compared it to Martha Stewart getting arrested.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it feels like.
Maybe even it's actually, I think it's worse than that because
she's much harder than he is.
Way harder. I mean, Martha, look,
Okay.
She can roll.
All right. Now listen, let me stop you guys right there. She got arrested. She went to prison in 2004.
Insider trading.
I guarantee you guys weren't talking like this before 2004. That is the image of Martha Stewart now.
Yeah.
That she's hard.
Oh, yeah.
That you don't mess with Martha.
Well, she rolls with Snoop Dogg.
That's what I mean. But that didn't start happening until after she went to prison. It fortified her brand in a huge way. She's on a 19 crimes wine bottle, for God's sakes. Scotty Scheffler is going to benefit from this so much. Just spending 30 minutes in a holding cell.
Exactly.
It gives him edge. He had no defining quality. If you talk to the casuals out there that they're okay with golf, they'll watch it here and there, but they don't really know what's going on. And you were to talk to them previously about, okay, they ask, like, what's going on? You go, oh, man, this guy, Scotty Scheffler's on a tear. They'd be like, who is that?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Now, if you say this, at that same conversation, they'll go, is that the one that went to jail?
Exactly. Look, and he was
That's huge.
And he talked about it. Like he wasn't like, I'm not like Rory with his divorce. He's like, no questions. This dude talked about it the next day, that day. I mean, he was like answering questions in the press conference that afternoon. The interesting thing is, like, while in jail, I heard he saved 3 people.
What?
Yeah, he just went in there and prophesied to him and saved them, brought them to Jesus, and everything's fine. 1 was a guard, 2 murderers. This guy is like the best.
See, the legend never ends.
The best line I've ever heard about Scotty Scheffler was this, and it was from a golf writer, I believe, for either Golf Digest or Golf Illustrated. He writes this. He goes, Scotty Scheffler is the best golfer in the world, and that's a problem for the PGA Tour. Because he defines what boring-ass golfers are. Yeah, he's a great player, but nobody cares. John Daly still gets more press than him, and John Daly hasn't broken par. And I mean, he hasn't done anything worthwhile other than smoke cigarettes and drink beer for years.
Yeah, absolutely. You compare the way that he's playing, even though he still has worlds to go to get to a Tiger level, but he's the best thing that we've seen since Tiger Woods. Well, what made Tiger Woods so popular is that he was doing something that was unique. He was a young black man dominating an old white man's sport.
Yeah, for sure.
That sells itself.
Right, exactly.
That was his thing.
And he's a cyborg of an athlete. He wasn't like these doughy honkies that come in from all the country club.
Honkies.
He was this ripped linebacker-looking dude. Like that guy would take your face off.
And now
he
Scotty,
looks like an Olympian.
And now you look and go, well, what makes Scotty different? He's a criminal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, he's not. Well, all the charges are going to wind up being dropped.
Of course,
you know that.
Yeah,
right?
I know. But still, I think this it at least does something for Scotty to give him a bit of an edge.
Yeah, I would say
it just gives him a discerning quality of who is that simple question when you talk about celebrities.
Yeah.
Who is that again?
Right. That's the guy that wears that's the guy that wears a cape all the time, or that's the guy that wears the one glove. This is the guy that got arrested by running a cop over after somebody got killed.
And the unfortunate part of the story is exactly that. how quickly we all gloss over the fact that somebody died in this situation. It was really a tragic incident that should have been the story. I don't even know the details of that. But all I know about is Scotty Scheffler's arrest. So it is unfortunate that somebody's family out there has lost. They've got. I don't even know the age of the person or whatever.
There's
the details of this. I'm sure that you could look them up, and my apologies for not doing that. But I just haven't seen that discussed. Somebody died at a golf event.
Yeah. So
that's bizarre.
So oddly enough, the pressers I saw after the fact, the first thing that like even Xander, I believe that wound up winning, he said that, first things first, our thoughts go out to the people who actually lost a family member. And then they went on to talk about the incident or the golf tournament or whatever. So I did see that at least a couple of times.
Well, that's good. I'm glad.
And
because it should be more discussed than it is.
And let's talk about why I don't gamble on sports. You and I talk about this quite a bit, actually. I know that you and some friends like to kind of throw a couple dollars around now that.
Screw my friends. I do it for myself.
Now that gambling is legal in Florida and you can sports gamble thanks to our friends over at Hard Rock. I don't know if you guys have heard the commercials. Anyway, so I walked into your studio on Friday or Thursday, right? Xander shot 62 that morning, like 9 under or whatever it was, right? And you looked at me and said, "Is it finally his time?" I said, "Don't bet on this guy. He ain't a closer." The one thing I know about Xander Schauffele is he's not a closer.
Oh,
right. He plays great and then has one of those rounds. And sometimes that round is Sunday. He just misses that putt, doesn't hit that iron shot right. He just doesn't have it. And he winds up finally closing out a tournament against a very formidable Bryson DeChambeau, who tied him. He had to make a rattle in a really testy 6-footer to win. So finally, this guy maybe has opened the gate to do something because Tita Green, dude, I don't know that you can find many better players than Xander. He's really good.
Well, look, he really shouldn't be considered underrated or underappreciated in any way. He's the number 2 golfer in the world according to the World Golf Rankings.
I think he was runner-up last year, wasn't
he? I mean, he has been in contention of every major that's out there for the last 7-8 years. And that's the amazing thing about him. He's always right there. Eventually, he's going to break through.
And he did.
He is a professional golfer who is one of the best on tour. Finally got a chance to do that. It didn't hurt that Bryson DeChambeau had to climb up late and Victor Hovland fell apart.
Yeah, he did.
So he collapsed in the way that maybe you would be used to Xander Schauffele doing it. Victor Hovland, much like Xander, who still is very young. Xander Schauffele's only 30 years old.
He's really young.
So these guys, you kind of have to go through that in order to get to that part of your career where winning doesn't feel like this big mountain you have to climb. It's just part of the process.
Yeah.
And watching him stand over that 6-foot putt on the 18th green was why we love sports. Was that the pressure of, man, if you're practicing that, you make it 10 times out of 10.
Sure.
But in that situation with that pressure, you go, this is more like 6 out of 10.
Yeah, easy for the nerves.
Gonna make this?
Easy for the nerves to slip in and hammer those putts, take the break out of them, or to baby them because you don't want to make a mistake and run it past the hole and not have that not have to go into a playoff. He's 1-2 of playoffs,
right?
So that's not his strength.
And he did have the freedom of doing that.
Yeah,
and I think that maybe that creeps into your mind that if he were to short putt it, and you're still not out of it. You don't lose. You just have to go to a playoff with a guy that can absolutely bomb it in Bryson DeChambeau. But it was a huge win in terms of a weekend for the golf world. The way that you had, I love when you get those
great tournament
PGA versus LIV battles at the end of these tournaments.
And even internally in the PGA Tour, you look at that leaderboard and it had all the names you wanted. Scotty even make a little bit of he only made a little bit of a run. He had a bad round, shot like 74 on Saturday, which was his first over par round. And I can't even remember. Did you hear the story that Tony Romo told about playing with Scotty Scheffler?
No.
They're both Texans. And Tony Romo's been playing golf with Scotty for years. He goes on, he goes, I've probably played between 300 or 400 rounds with Scotty Scheffler. I've never seen him shoot in the 70s. He's never.
I believe it.
If you look at his record, I think that's his first round in 70 of over 70 in like almost 2 years.
I looked at
professionally the hardest golf courses in the world against the best players in the world. This guy is, and his swing is dog S. I mean, it's terrible. But man,
it works for him.
At Impact, it works.
I was at Disney World on Saturday, and I looked at the scores at the end of the day, and my exact quote to my wife was, "Holy crap!" Expletive.
Right.
Scotty Scheffler shot over par.
Yeah. That was shocking.
that amazing to me.
When he's that good. Yeah.
She goes, "Was that the guy who got arrested?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "See, you're proving my point."
The best.
What was your wife and son doing, at the happiest place on earth while you were looking up golf scores?
No, this was after. This was while consuming.
Get him, Jack.
This was while consuming a tree of sangrias at the.
I didn't know they had a tree.
At the local.
A sangria tree.
A sangria. It was a flight of sangrias that was served up in this little doodad that looked like a tree.
Oh, nice.
It was
I like
awesome.
that. Time for a treehouse.
It was
wow,
awesome.
All right, let's move.
Coronado
Interesting.
Springs. Go and check it out.
All right, let's move on to the NBA playoffs.
That's great.
Some very interesting kind of happenings there. The Knicks get bounced by the Pacers. And then this incredible, what's supposed to be one of the best second halves of basketball in quite a while. This Mavs Nugget. Was it Mav? No.
The Timberwolves.
The
last
Timberwolves.
night
Yeah.
With the Denver Nuggets. Yeah. We have we very rarely see what we saw last night. Going into last night's game, teams were something like 6-43, I think was the stat that I pulled earlier. It was around that range. When trailing by 10 at halftime in a game 7. It was a weird series because we saw road teams sort of dominate, and it's especially weird because Denver's been so good at home for the last couple of years. It's because of the altitude, because of their fans. Mm-hmm. It's a tough place to play. Yeah. It's a tough place to win.
Good roster too,
and a good roster.
Right.
I mean, here's one of the things that I've found that I think is sort of I always look for some sort of common trait for the teams that remain in any sport. And now we're down to the Final Four. You've got the Celtics and the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals. Mm-hmm. You've got the Timberwolves and the Mavericks in the Western Conference Finals. And the common trait between all of these teams is they all go pretty deep. And this has not been something that's been all that important in the NBA playoffs in years past. It's very much about being top-heavy, having those stars, having the best of the best.
Getting 35 minutes out of everybody, minimum.
Or more. And now I think what we're seeing is there's a balancing out with these rosters. Every team that makes it to the playoffs has a guy that they consider a star. So everybody's got them. Now who supports them? So it becomes about the supporting cast. It becomes about the bench. When you need to give these guys a break, where's that next level punch coming from? That was the issue with the Knicks. The Knicks were a really fun team, and part of it is a health problem. They were so beat up when they took Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart out of the game. They had nothing to throw at you.
Yeah, nothing.
And so for an Indiana Pacers team that shot a blistering 78% in the first half, the Knicks don't have the bodies to keep up. It's hard to beat a team like that in general. So that seems to be one of the common traits. Now, if I can spin this local, that really bodes well for the Magic moving forward.
So that's you and I have had many conversations about the Magic basketball team. And when the minute you said depth of bench, I started kind of shaking my head because that, my friends, is exactly what the Magic's doing. They are literally one piece away from being a force in the East. I mean, really one piece. Would you agree with that?
I think they are
one big free agent away, buddy.
I think they're 2 moves and maturation away. Yeah. I think they need to think they need 2 good signings. Now, that doesn't mean they need to throw big money at 2 players. I think they need to add 2 pieces to help solidify three-point shooting, and I think they need a level of toughness and physicality that they don't have. They have size. They don't have toughness.
Right, yeah.
And I don't mean like play through injury toughness. No. I mean like scare the daylights out of your opponent toughness.
You come in the paint, you're paying toughness. Like we've talked about for a while now.
Offensive rebounds, sort of like a guy that can dominate, that just gives you second chance points, that's blocking shots and staring you down in the process. Jonathan Isaac has a little bit of that. I need someone with a little more nasty.
Yeah.
So they need nasty and they need 3-point shooting. If they and there you go. If they and that nasty can be a little cheaper on the open market. So
Miss Roberts, if you're nasty.
But the NBA,
I heard my name.
It's no longer the league of the obvious, and that's where it's really helping. Because here you have a Mavs team that's in the Final Four, a Pacers team that's in the Final Four now that didn't even make the playoffs last year.
Right.
So what that tells me, and the Timberwolves are the 3rd of 4. Boston's the obvious team that's in there. Minnesota was bounced in round 1 last year. What that tells me is you don't need to knock at the door for a few years in order to break through. The Magic, there's no reason if they make the right moves, stay healthy, and the guys that they need to get a little bit better, there's no reason the Magic can't be in this spot next year.
So it's funny because Donovan Mitchell's up for grabs, right? That's one of the big things?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I mean, Cleveland has made it sound like they want no part of getting rid of him. He has said that he's not unhappy there, but all of the reports that have come out have said that he is. So
Right, yeah.
it just depends on who you believe.
So in free agency, who's available out there? The Magic, because the Magic have cap space, right? They have some money
cap
to spend.
space.
So who's out there? Like, who do you like out there that has a possibility of coming to Orlando? I've seen a few of the names, Donovan Mitchell being one.
So I think the best fit for what they need is it was the best bench player on the Sacramento Kings for the last couple of years. He is a scoring titan. Is Malik Monk out of Kentucky. I think he is exactly what the Magic need. That would be the perfect fit. And then you add somebody that can give you that sort of rebounding block shot stuff and then can be a little bit cheaper. If they do that, that's great. I think that's the ideal offseason for the Magic. Klay Thompson is out there.
Yeah, too old.
Okay, here's the thing, though. I understand, but
Too old, man.
he gives you all the things that you're looking for.
Yeah, jersey sales.
3-point shooting, which
Yeah.
he's still tomorrow he would be the best 3-point shooter on the Magic.
Well, but that doesn't mean anything, dude. I mean, where's he stand in the league, though? I thought his numbers fell off for everything, like his
Yeah,
shooting.
based on his standard. That's where for
Yeah.
Klay Thompson, it's a more nuanced conversation because it's at the right price.
Right,
And in the NBA, dollars matter a lot. You can ruin your ability to sign players for flexibility in the future if you sign a guy to a bad contract. At the right price, Klay Thompson is exactly what they need. And he gives you some championship pedigree that comes with him. As long as he doesn't show up and think he's better than everybody,
yeah,
I do worry about that because of the dynasty that he's played for.
Right.
He's going to come in and be like, I'm Klay Thompson. Let me tell you about the place I used to work.
Yeah,
Like,
God.
you don't want that guy. But if they just got the player who was locked in and helped everybody else, I think he would be a positive addition at the right price. Those are two names that I have my eye on. I mean, there's more than that, but those are the kind of players. They need guys that can score. They need guys that can knock down threes. It really is not more complicated than that.
All right, let's move on. We got a couple minutes left. Let's go with Caitlin Collins. You know, that get there. Owen.
Nope, that is a reporter on CNN.
Yeah. No, I mean Caitlin
Clark.
My apologies.
Bravo.
We have CNN.
Bravo.
We have CNN on behind her.
Yeah,
So Caitlin Clark has a tough start. Obviously, she went to the worst team in the WNBA. And now she's starting to kind of get that blowback, that whole thing where, was she overhyped over this, over that? And you're starting to hear that. Could you please quell that and tell people this chick can really play the game? She's just on the worst team in the league, and eventually this will come around.
Oh, by the way, 2 weeks out of college so.
It is crazy how quickly the turnaround is from the end of the college basketball season to the start of the WNBA season. So that probably is a factor here. She hasn't had much of a break, and you get thrown from the what is it? The forest into the fire?
Yeah, the frying pan into the fire.
I think, whatever that is. Okay, and she's played 3 games so far. She has scored 20 or more in 2 of those 3 games. And these are her first 3 WNBA games. Going up against the New York Liberty team that's supposed to be pretty damn good. They have Sabrina Ionesco, who's one of the best players in the league. She had the 3-point shooting competition against Steph. And the Connecticut Sun, which I actually watched almost the entirety of that game. And wow, do they have some good players. So this has not been an easy transition for her. She's turned the ball over like crazy.
Yeah, that's
she
the
shot
other thing.
25% from the field in her second game. She's been rough around the edges. I would just say to anybody that if you thought she was going to come into this league and light it up and be perfect and the best player and play at an MVP level immediately, I just don't think you understand how sports work.
Yeah.
But she has struggled. So, I mean, I do think that there is reason to raise your eyebrow and go, is she going to be as good as we thought she would be? There's a lot of pressure on her. This isn't like, oh, she's got the city on her back. Oh, she's got this team that she has to lift up. She's
just another player on the team.
She has women's basketball on her back.
Yeah.
If she fails, the sport fails. And there aren't a lot of athletes that you can talk about like that.
That's for sure.
Because people are paying attention because of her. And if she doesn't succeed, it's going to be a major fail for the sport overall. She knows that. And so 3 games in, making the adjustment to WNBA competition and the knowledge of if I don't do well, a lot of people are not going to make as much money as they could one day.
Yeah.
That is a lot of weight to carry. I would say practice some patience here.
Yeah. It'll be fun to watch because I think she's going to obviously learn this game. She's going to learn these defenses. This is also the first time she's seen these teams. She doesn't really understand how these teams work. She don't understand the defense they run, how they rotate to defend her. She didn't know any of this stuff. It's like going to the majors. It's your first at bat. You're facing Randy Johnson. Jesus, dude. I mean, you're facing one of the most formidable pitchers in the history of baseball, and you're a rookie. It takes you a rotation to see these players and see how they throw and pick up their nuances before you become effective.
I also think she is trying to play team basketball because she knows that she is the story. She knows she's the best player, and she's treated differently. And she's still, at the end of the day, she's a team-first player.
Yep.
And so she wants to be part of the mix. The problem is that that's not the way she needs to play.
Right.
She needs to be selfish in order for her team to be better. She's got to learn that. And I think that just comes with, and like Paolo went through the same thing with the Magic, where he wants to be part of the crew. No, dude, you need to take over.
Right,
and she needs to do the same thing. It's just going to take time for her to learn to be that sort of assertive star player.
Yeah, and we can watch that transition. It'll be fun.
Exactly.
Great job today, buddy.
Thank you very much. And I didn't even get to give you the update on UCF softball.
Or Orlando City or the Orlando Pride as well, who are on a mad win streak.
A lot of notes on that I didn't get to here.
Yeah, my apologies. My apologies.
Way to go, Jim.
You talked too long about Scotty Scheffler. What can I say?
Let's talk about it,
Manage your time better.
That head case.
I'll send you an email.
Or give me 2 segments. You know,
Oh,
what do you
get
have
out
going
of
on
here.
next? How important can this be?
Now he's like every other guest.
Right, exactly. Right. We should change the name of the show.
I like
I'm
that.
not a guest, okay? I work here.
Your family.
Oh, you're a guest, bitch.
You're the broiler.
Oh.
Nine the game.
I'll dump that.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're still friends.
That was only 5 seconds. I think you missed it.
Oh, boy. Okay. All right. Well, let me remind you as we wrap this up.
I tried to get
This
rid
has
of
been the clunkiest ending in the history of this segment.
This has been the best it's ever been.
Listen to Under Oath with attorney Jeff Coffin every Saturday morning at 7:30 a.m. on 96.9 The Game and Real Radio 104.1. Extended versions available by searching Under Oath with Jeff Coffin on your favorite streaming platform. And all of the latest on Orlando sports news found on the Zoneheads Orlando podcast.
I take that back. You're part of the family.
I
Give it
love
up
you.
for Brandon Kraft.
Clapping for myself.
All right. Every day, 3 to 6, 96.9 The Game. There he is, Brandon Kravitz. And don't forget to follow him on the Zoneheads. You didn't talk about any of your other stuff either. You're terrible at life. You got to get it together, buddy.
Yeah.
You come in here, I give you a great platform to do some cool stuff.
I just said it.
And all you do is the bed.
Brandon, you're late. Come on, get out of here.
And now you run us late.
Zoneheads Orlando. Follow me on social and our podcast page.
Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Real radio is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
You should have said, I'm gay and then done a rep.
Honestly, I thought about doing that.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
What's up, Central Florida? Fox 35, Storm Team Meteorologist Noah Bergen here. A blend of clouds and some sunshine for Tuesday. Small chance of a pop-up thunder shower late. Temperature upper 80s, near 90 Wednesday. We're into the low 90s Thursday, then back to the mid to high 90s Friday into the upcoming weekend. To be honest, for the next week or longer, no sign of any significant system coming towards Florida. And really, Wednesday through Friday is going to be pretty dry across the state.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Need an oil change? Short on time? Drive into Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Stay in your car and be back on the road in about 15 minutes. Our expert technicians use premium products for top-notch vehicle care. Quick, easy, trusted. That's Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Man, are your energy costs through the roof? Well, it may be time to replace those single-pane aluminum windows with the most energy-efficient option available. Keep that heat outside during the summer, but inside during the winter. Too much noise getting inside? Well, consider replacing older windows and doors. Use that laminated insulated glass. That can provide as much as 100% improvement. We want to keep that outside noise where it belongs, of course, outside. And rebates, yeah, we got them over at FAS. $100 on windows and $200 on doors. And even better, 24-month, no money down, no payment, no interest financing is available as well. For a completely free in-home consultation, it's easy. Just call FAS or visit them online. Trust the leader, FAS.com.
Let's watch TV. What do you want to watch? Big Bang.
It's one of my all-time favorites.
It's Big May on CW18.
Every night at 7 o'clock.
Bang, bang. And it doesn't get any bigger than the Big Bang.
Sounds like a party. Did someone say party? Party's my middle name.
Let the good times roll.
Are you having fun?
Oh, yeah, this is it.
The Big Bang Theory. Weeknights at 7, 7:30, and 11. Part of Big May on CW18.
Still funny.
From sunrise to sunset, West 2 News on CW18 has you covered. Mornings from 7 to 10, start your day with Central Florida's most accurate forecast from First Warning meteorologist Kelly Ann Class.
You'll always have a clear view of what's ahead.
Then tonight at 10, get caught up and know what's happening now with Stuart, Michelle, Tony, and Darren.
It's all in a day's work, and our work never stops.
AM or PM, West 2 News on CW18 has you covered.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here. If you ask anybody who's experienced LASIK surgery, they'll tell you it's the best thing they ever did. Here's the only problem. They'll say, I should have done this way earlier. I would have had all those life years with great vision and not having to suffer with glasses or contacts. What are you waiting for, man? If you have bad eyesight, if it's been bothering for years, get with the Filatowski Eye Institute. Right now, they're offering free LASIK consultations. It doesn't cost you a nickel to find out how your life could be so much better, and you can make your appointment easily. Just do this. Text 1041 to 868686 and start your journey to better vision with the Filatowski Eye Institute. My father-in-law did this, guys. Changed his life. My son did this. Changed his life. They have all the experience you want. 65,000 LASIK procedures. They have the best equipment out there, getting you the best results. And if finances is a concern, don't worry there either. These guys have 24-month interest-free financing. Again, to make your appointment, simply text 1041 to 868686 and schedule that free LASIK consultation at the Filatowski Eye Institute. Your path to better vision begins right now.
Secure your roof's future today. Don't gamble with the elements. Book a complimentary roof inspection with Universal Roof and Contracting now. Throughout May, get 15% off any roof repair or replacement. Plus, enter for a chance to win $10,000 towards your next roof replacement at the iHeartMedia Orlando Dream Home Makeover. Call 855-ROOF-HELP or visit universalroof.com to schedule your inspection. Offer ends May 31st. Terms and conditions apply. Offer subject to change. Contact us for full details. Licensed and insured in Florida. CCC 057165. CBC 125. 8484.
Dive into the weird, wonderful, scary, or sad with Stuff You Missed in History Class, a podcast spotlighting history that didn't get enough attention. From divorce ranches
When we say it was easier to obtain the divorce, it was a lot easier.
to mysterious death.
I love a little unsolved historical murder. They're fun.
Listen to Stuff You Missed in History Class on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff You Missed in History Class and start listening.
Kick off your summer with iHeart 80s. iHeart 80s goes commercial-free all Memorial Day weekend and every weekend. Open the app, search iHeart 80s, and start listening now. Free never sounded so good.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You can watch radio being made on a daily basis at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
If a bear does cocaine in the woods, will you come see him sing opera? Cocaine Bear the Opera is the B-movie parody that no one asked for, but everyone needed. Join us in the Peach venue tonight at 9:35 p.m. for Orlando Fringe this year. Tickets are $15. It's in English, and we promise lots of laughs. You can't bear to miss this Opera del Sol original. Grab your tickets today before they're gone.
Boom, there you go. That's how you do a promo. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Money is your 4 o'clock keyword. It's almost over, though. Get about 5 minutes or so. We will break it a fresh one for you, just out of the plastic.
Freshy.
At the top of the hour. Remember, this is the last week, so please be diligent. These are your final opportunities to win that money before we get into Memorial Day weekend. And here on Real Radio, it's a Yacht Rock weekend.
Yeah, it is.
Captain
Jack.
Programmed by our very own Captain Jack.
Captain Jack.
All right, welcome back. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Ahoy.
Jack is here as well.
I am.
Jack, our question of the day?
Yes, it is posted. It is live, and it is in the YouTube chat and reads, have you ever or do you currently work for the government?
And the reason I asked this is there's a story on the AP today, the Associated Press, that talks about working for government agencies. Did you happen to see this today?
No.
Okay, good.
No, but I'm engaged to someone who works in government.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Now, he works for the city of Mount Dora?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and I believe that would definitely apply. I don't know if this particular study, it's 1 million federal workers. So it's the federal government, but it doesn't matter. I would love to hear from anybody who works for any government for any way, anywhere. You can work at the water department. It doesn't matter to me. I would still love to hear from you because here's the question. What they wanted to find out was what federal agency people like working for the most and the least. All right. Now, they wanted to find out, this is more than 1 million federal workers were surveyed for this. So 1 million people were surveyed. And it revolves around the federal government. The annual Best Places to Work survey is a closely watched event because they want to find out who's doing the good job, who's not doing a good job. This covers 532 federal agencies, 17 large agencies, 26 mid-size agencies, 30 small agencies, and 459 components. The rankings came out first in 2003, and then they kept on moving it to find out exactly who was the best. Now, have you guys heard anything about this list in the past?
No.
And who has topped it? Just out of curiosity, where do you think, according to this 1 million people, is the best government job to have?
National Parks.
I was going to say Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec.
It is not Parks and Rec. I would have thought the same thing or something in that world, but that's not the answer. What do you think?
It's not the IRS.
It's not the IRS.
Coast Guard?
Not, it's what?
Coast Guard.
Coast Guard, not the Coast Guard.
What do you think?
I thought you said postcard. I'm like, what are you doing?
Department of the Interior.
No. I know it's at the end. What do you think the very last one is? It's not the IRS.
The worst?
And think about this. It's very political right now.
Trash collectors.
This agency is very political.
Supervisors of election.
Department of Education.
Social Security.
Oh.
If you work for the Social Security Administration, according to these people, that's the worst job. It's the dead last among the 17 large agencies. Ew. If you work for Social Security. By the way, 407-916-1041. Next segment, I would love to take some calls from people who do or have worked for a government to give me your heads up. Because it looks like to me, like it wouldn't be the worst job. I know people in government, and the thing I know about government jobs is this, and I hope that somebody can kind of take this away, that you can get away with being kind of mediocre in a government job. That you don't have to really work your ass off in a government job. That once you're in there, that you can pretty much keep that job just kind of pulling the rope.
Evil Eye texted in. He wants you to know federal is different than state. Okay.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that very much. I really do.
Thanks, Evil Eye.
So what do you think?
The
bottom of the small agencies. And the funny thing is, I would have considered this a large agency. The small agency is the Federal Bureau of Prisons.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody wants to work there. A score of 38 out of 100.
Ew.
So what do you think topped it?
Where does postal
the IRS.
Post office.
Post office.
Is that considered a government agency?
Yeah, it's a federal.
Okay.
That's got to be one of the largest federal agencies out there. Let's see. The Department of Homeland Security saw the most improvement. It's the third largest federal government with 260,000 employees. Natural disasters, border stuff.
Yeah, I would imagine FEMA's not a fun agency to work at, not when their disaster relief fund is set to run out before hurricane season starts.
Yeah, no, it doesn't mention that at all. No. But I'll tell you what. I am going to tell you the number one place.
All right.
Right after this.
Oh. Whoa.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
Still looking at slowdowns on I-4 this afternoon, east and westbound by the major attractions exits, as well as up in Seminole County between the Greenway exit and the St. Johns River Bridge. Stop-and-go delays continue northbound on the Turnpike due to a crash that blocks the left lane at the Oakland Exchange exit. If you see other traffic problems today, make sure you're calling the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
And you heard Jack talking about it a little bit earlier. He goes home Thursday night of last week, walks in his house, it's 84 degrees. He didn't even think it was possible at 7:30 or 8 o'clock at night to get an AC company in his house. And that includes our friends from Mills Air. He was already planning to do that on Friday, but he called Mills Air, and guess what? They were there that evening, and Jack and his family slept in a nice, cool home, courtesy of Mills Air, because that's the service you get from these guys. You make that phone call. If you're in dire need, they come to your help. They've been doing it for 30-plus years in Central Florida, and this is just the way that Leon Mills laid this company out. They take care of their customers. It's that simple. And what Jack didn't do that he should have done is get that preventive maintenance plan for Mills Air to make sure that his capacitor was going to be fine, to make sure that his Freon isn't leaking, to make sure that his ducts and his filters are all fine. But that's what Mills does. Plus, they're Carrier factory authorized dealers. If it just so happens that you do need a switch out, the technology is so much different now, so much more efficient. Plus, you can get $1,275 in possible rebates towards that brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier and always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call these guys today. It's 407-277-1159. Online, it's easy. It's millsair.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490.
Tools Ace Hardware's biggest grill sale of the year is happening now through May 27th. Get free fuel, free assembly, and free local delivery on select grills, $3.99 and up. Get a free propane tank fill with the purchase of a Weber grill, Blackstone griddle, or Uni pizza oven. Get a free bag of Traeger wood pellets with the purchase of a Traeger grill. Get a free bag of Big Green Egg natural hardwood charcoal with the purchase of a Big Green Egg. Plus, Tools Helpful Associates will have answers to all of your lawn and garden questions and will load up your mulch, soils, and fertilizer for you. Shop in store at one of their 13 convenient locations, including the brand new store in Hamlin, or online at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace, your backyard place.
Dive into the weird, wonderful, scary, or sad with Stuff You Missed in History Class, a podcast spotlighting history that didn't get enough attention. From divorce ranches,
When we say it was easier to obtain the divorce, it was a lot easier.
to mysterious death.
I love a little unsolved historical murder. They're fun.
Listen to Stuff You Missed in History Class on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Stuff You Missed in History Class and start listening.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people, Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Breathe easy.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Are you ready to put some cash in your pocket? Because Real Radio is giving you a chance to win $1,000 by putting $1,000 in your hand. You know the deal with our national contest. We'll give you a keyword at the top of every hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And all you have to do is enter it on our website at realradio.fm for your chance to win. With 13 chances every weekday, you'll have plenty of opportunities to win $1,000 in your hand. But there is a catch, because there's always a catch. Right. If you get a call, you need to answer your phone. That's right. The key to winning is picking up your phone when we call. So don't send us to voicemail. This contest brought to you locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air, been in business since 1992. That's over 30 years. Carrier factory authorized dealer. Rebates up to $1,275 for brand new Carrier units. Turn to the experts. Carrier. And you can always turn to the experts at millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND. G-R-A-N-D. Grand. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
Doc Holliday here. I used to have a friend that rode bulls. One night he got pulled back on the end of his arm, and then the bull whipped him forward. Came up with his head and caught him right under the chin. Put his bottom teeth through the palate in his mouth, knocked all his top teeth out, crushed his palate, and just made a freaking mess out of his face. And that fool tried to ride the next night, but they wouldn't let him because he still had all the drugs in him. Y'all have a good day. Adios.
I told you, man.
Doc Holliday here again. Sometimes 30 seconds just ain't enough.
You know it.
You know, the funny thing is, when my buddy got hurt, he didn't have much to say. But when they wouldn't let him ride the next night, he shed a tear. Boy, those are some tough buggers. Y'all have a good day. Adios.
That's right. They are tough. Toughest people I ever met. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Your 5 o'clock keyword is GRAND, G-R-A-N-D. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at $1,000. GRAND, guys. That'll do it.
Good to hear from you, cowboy.
That's right.
Yeah. What? There we go.
There you go. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. All right, so guys, what do you think? According to this study of 1 million people, what do you think the best place to work was? You couldn't give me an answer. I'll tell you exactly who it is. I told you before, we have a connection to them.
We have a connection to them.
We do.
Oh,
Kennedy Space Center.
NASA is the answer.
Yay!
For the 13th year in a row, I believe NASA is the best large agency to work for our United States federal government.
That would be such a cool place to work.
The Department of Health and Human Services comes in second.
Really?
Yeah, the intelligence communities, which I guess would cover all of
CIA,
our FBI, right? Yeah, NSA, things like that.
You mean no such agency?
Right. The Department of Commerce, Veterans Affairs, the Treasury, Air Force, Transportation, Army, Navy, Interior, Ag, Defense, State, Homeland Security, and ending up with Social Security, only getting a 62 out of 100 vote.
Whoa. What about Space Force?
Space Force, I guess, falls under a defense contractor.
Well, or maybe Air Force, or does it?
I think it falls under the Air Force, does it not? Yeah, I think it does. I think it falls under the Air Force. All right, 407-916-1041. Also, we have the mid-size agencies. I don't even know. What is the General Services Administration? What even is that?
I have no.
Yeah, the Securities and Exchange did well. Department of Energy did well. And then they have a bunch of subcomponents as well. What we're talking about here is government agencies. I was wondering how many people in our audience actually work for the government and if they enjoyed it, because I would think that it's not that bad of a job. And by the way, I can't find the Postal Service anywhere because I don't think I think it's part of another agency.
Yeah.
But I don't know which one.
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Hey, Jessica, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey, Jim. Hi, Jack. Hey, Deb.
Hello.
So, not to be that person, but I actually am an active federal employee at Patrick Space Force Base, working almost 13 years there. Before that, I was a 10-year vet, active duty for Air Force. Space Force is its own branch of military service now, which is weird to say, but it is.
That is weird.
Yeah, it is. Did you? Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I would say that going from active duty to working as a DoD federal civilian is a huge difference. One, I don't have to be called at any second of any day of any time and be told you're going X, Y, or Z and leaving my family behind.
Right.
I work normal hours, and I've got a union behind me. Whereas when I was in active duty, I didn't have any of that. But I will say that it's definitely a great job if you can secure a position you actually enjoy. And I actually work in the transportation section at the Patrick Space Force Base, and I've been there for almost 13 years. And I drive every day from Sebastian to Patrick, so we're talking 50-minute commute each way.
Wow, do you have to? Good.
Yeah, I got a question for you, Jessica, because forever, and from when I lived over there, it was Patrick Air Force Base, and then it changed to Space Force Base. Was that weird for you when it changed?
Yes. So when they did the unveiling of the sign at Patrick, I was just like, this doesn't even seem. We all made a joke about it because of the Steve Carell movie, and then they had the unveiling of the Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, which we're also responsible for. And I said, well, I guess now looking back, our whole entire mission for those two bases is to launch rockets. So why else would we not have something like that? So.
Well, very cool. Thanks for your call, Jessica.
Yeah.
I appreciate that very much. Sounds like you had a really nice time out there.
Cool gig.
I got to tell you, I haven't, again, I've only been around a few federal agencies in my life. I had an interaction with the IRS. It was not good. Definitely would not want to be a part of that. But everybody we've met that has worked at NASA or worked around that property loves it. I mean, matter of fact, it's almost like part of their identity. Would you guys agree with that?
Oh, yeah. They're devoted to it.
Oh, yeah. Completely. Like tattoo devoted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy.
Hey, I'm just saying. I'm just my tattoo.
I'd get the NASA meatball.
Yeah.
That's a good
Would
tattoo.
you get the meatball?
Yeah.
Would you really?
Yeah.
Probably
Let's go.
Atlantis. Small on my back.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Coming
Ready
in
for
for a
liftoff?
landing.
Sure, yeah.
It's all hot air. That's the only way it lands.
Hey, Sam, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey, Jim, how's it going?
Good, brother.
Hey, that General Service Administration, that's the giant right there. There isn't a building or cars or IT or infrastructure that they don't touch or own, or that thing. That's the secret giant right there.
Really?
Yeah, they do anything from like real estate to IT to vehicles. They touch it all.
Yeah,
for any other organization.
That's crazy, brother. I never heard of it. I just clicked on it when you were talking to me. It says to deliver the best customer experience and value in real estate acquisition and tech to the government and American people.
If you see like a government vehicle or a government building, they probably had a hand in it.
I'll be damned. Well, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that heads up. You learn something new every day. No clue. And by the way, there are a myriad of these agencies that you can look at and have no clue what they're doing. Now, when it comes to the small agencies, we have another connection to these people. Check this out. One of the best places to work for the federal government in a small agency is the National Indian Gaming Commission.
Oh, wow. I thought you were going to say the National Weather Service.
Yeah, the National Indian Gaming Commission comes in number one with an 88 out of 100, score on, being a cool place to work.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I was like I don't know.
In your research, did you see how many federal workers there are in the country?
No, I did not.
I just looked it up.
They surveyed 1 million of them for this, so it's more than 1 million.
Yeah, it is. Almost triple that.
Really?
2.87 million.
Federal workers.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a whole bunch.
So that's a pretty substantive survey there. Substantial survey.
Yeah, it really is. And like I said, most of these agencies, you wouldn't even know. Like now, agencies that deal with us, Jack, like the FCC, they come in like 15th. So they're like middle of the pack when it comes to working for one of the agencies. Of course, we have, a lot of interaction with the FCC.
Do we, though?
Or we could.
Let's hope we don't.
We don't want to. yeah, exactly.
The Department of Education is like kind of middling. I would figure that would be a bad one. Like the Department of Education would be very difficult and demanding because you're constantly looking at trying to get more money for education and having to lobby and deal with all that and then have to disperse that and deal with that. Be very interesting. I don't think I'd want to do it.
Plus dealing with those states that are now going more voucher.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to navigate those fields.
That's the Wild West.
Yeah,
dude.
no fun.
That's the Wild West.
So some of the drawbacks would be maybe public perception of your gig, like IRS. And
Social Security.
And some would be the how it can be politicized. So if you have a gig like the election supervisors.
Right.
They were doing their job and everything was fine until, things got off the rails in 2020. And now those are the people who receive death threats. So your opinion of your job probably changed dramatically over the past 4 years as far as election work.
I would probably agree with that as well. And I don't think the election workers, does that come under a different agency, Jack, you think? Where would that be? The Department of Interior? No, that's the parks, right?
Yeah,
right.
I would think. Now, someone said, texted us at 77031, I work for the judiciary. Where did we land?
The judiciary?
Yeah.
I don't know where. Department of Treasury, no. It's a really long list. So I can find it here in a second. The Department of Justice is 16th.
Oh, that's good.
That's out of 17.
Oh, not good.
Yeah. So you think about that, Homeland Security. You think about these are the politicized kind of things that we're dealing with right now. So people who work in those agencies probably don't enjoy it much because of how political Homeland Security and the Department of Justice have become over the last few years. Even the Department of State, one of the lowest ones.
Right.
And you look at that job now, having to negotiate this thing with Gaza and Israel, not to mention all the other Ukraine issues, and you have to be over there dealing with that. I would guess that it would not be very fun at all, constantly dealing with strife like that.
Yeah, and then that's not even mentioning China and Taiwan.
Exactly.
So in Florida, and because most elections, workers, it's all done on a state case basis, so it would be for the state, but the Department of State would be for elections. So in Florida, they work for the Department of State.
Second to the bottom. So not a happy place.
No.
And Jack, I mean, did you hear what we were just saying? I mean, can you imagine that the controversy over elections and things of that nature have basically pushed all of this, the Department of Justice, because of all the cases going on against former President Trump right now?
Yeah.
So now the visuals, what's the word I'm looking for? The image, like you were saying,
perception
of people, of people who work in these agencies is that now, maybe they're getting yelled at from people when they find out, or getting, talked differently about them because simply they're with one of these agencies that doesn't really, that just has a lot of bad publicity right now.
Which is why when you go to a cocktail party, you just tell people you work at a nursery. Work with plants all day.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not government, but the same problem. Doctors and nurses, in the pandemic, so to some heroes and then vilified by others.
Right, exactly. And you never know which group it was going to be.
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Now, we've known for years that AI is going to affect our daily lives, and it really already has. You may not know it yet, but more than likely a commercial that you've seen, a piece of video or entertainment that you've seen had very little human interaction other than the person prompting the machine to produce that said product, right? You've already been inundated with that. You probably don't know it yet because these people aren't going out there going, hey, this tuna fish commercial was produced with AI. But they're being produced. There's a case right now that is so interesting, actually two of them, that is so interesting that I actually brought it up to Ray this morning about the idea of what AI is doing. I'll tell you what that is next.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Heavy traffic reported on I-4 today in the Orlando area for those traveling east and westbound on the interstate by the major attractions and through downtown. Still seeing stop-and-go delays northbound on the Turnpike as well near the Oakland Exchange exit. Traffic beginning to slow down for those traveling on both the Beach Line and the Greenway. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Summit Racing Equipment.
Summit Racing has the parts and accessories to keep your ride summer road trip ready. Choose from millions of parts in stock. Shop summitracing.com. Use promo code RADIO for $10 off an order of $100 or more. Exclusions apply. Offer ends June 2nd, 2024.
Jim Colbert Show question of the day is live in our YouTube feed. Go to YouTube, search Jim Colbert Show. Boom. Watch the show there. Take part in the chat. Vote in the poll. It's brought to you by WeAreNotTheBanks.com. Direct mortgage lenders. When you need money for that next home, you see a beautiful home, you see the for sale sign, you say, I want that. What's next? Well, you get the mortgage for it at WeAreNotTheBanks.com. Brad Siebert and his team can help you like they helped me with my refi several years ago. So whether it's a new home or you want to refinance the home you currently have, WeAreNotTheBanks.com is the website to get started. They deal with all types of buyers, with all types of loans for all your mortgage needs. Again, it's one website, WeAreNotTheBanks.com. NMLS ID number 66247, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Seminole Hard Rock Tampa is excited to bring you live craps, roulette, and sports betting. All under one roof, hotter than the Florida sun. Feel the luck of the dice, watch the roulette wheel spin, and scream for your touchdown as the big screen comes alive. Dine like a rock star, sip cocktails that shimmer, then dive into the heart of Las Vegas right here in Tampa Bay. Live craps, roulette, sports betting is here. Get in on the action now. Only at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa, located off of I-4 near I-75. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
This Military Appreciation Month, Navy Federal Credit Union wants to celebrate our members who go above and beyond every single day. That's why we thought you might want to hear some special thank you messages from your friends and family.
I want to give a shout out to my brother AZ1 Archie Castillo.
Hi, I want to give a shout out to my friend Colin, who's currently serving in the Army. Thanks for all you do. Happy Military Appreciation Month.
And from all of us here, happy Military Appreciation Month. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, a Pfizer vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-200-1966. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-200-1966. That's 800-200-1966 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-200-1966. 800-200-1966.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we are predicting the unpredictable. Our experts are using a patient's own anatomy to create 3D printed, life-size organ models to map out challenges ahead of time, making complex surgeries more precise, efficient, and less invasive. We are making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic, you know where to go.
16th Minute of Fame is the new weekly podcast hosted by me, Jamie Loftus. And every week, we take a closer look at an internet character of the day. Bean Dad, The Dress, 30 to 50 Feral Hogs. If you knew what any of those were, you spend too much time online. And I do too. Who are they? What made them notorious? Why did the internet choose them? And what does a person do when they get more attention than the human psyche can handle? Listen to 16th Minute of Fame on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search 16th Minute of Fame.
At work, just pretend you're on a Zoom call with us. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
Is the Ruby Glow different than the Pink Glow? Because I've got Del Monte Pink Glow pineapples at Kroger in Nashville for $5.99 right now.
Yep.
To add to the pineapple story, they specifically cut the top off so you can't replicate it because it's apparently patented. And you can take the top of a pineapple and replant it to regrow another one.
No orange. You get a little cutie. It's like a little tangerine. It's got no seeds in it. And you put a little slice in the center, and you stick about 5 of them around the glass, and you can just take a sip and then chew that little cutie. They're at Walmart. They're good.
Good afternoon, James and crew. Mr. Colbert, I take great umbrage with the way you treat some of my talkbacks. However, I understand that you like to josh. So, in the spirit of Dirty Jim, I would like to say this. Hey, man, I still love you. Have a great day.
Thank you. Grand. Grand. That is your $1,000 keyword, and I would win it and then pay him to never call again. I'm joking. All right, 407-916-1041. Grand is your 5 o'clock keyword, though. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at $1,000. That's how you get it. Just send the grand away, and hopefully you'll get a grand sent to you.
That's the plan.
That's simple. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Hi.
All right, so it's interesting, this story about AI. And we know that AI can be used for a lot of really good things. We also are a little terrified of AI, very powerful AI, getting in the hands of people who do not have the best intentions for people around them or the earth in general.
Yeah.
Evildoers.
That's the horrible thing. It's like turned into a Austin Powers movie. That's not the case here. This is just a simple entertainment case. But very, very interesting, because I have a question to ask you guys. And again, I'll ask the audience the same thing. If you want to call, you can. It's 407-916-1041. You guys remember Randy Travis, correct?
Yes.
What does Randy Travis do? Or what did he do?
Country singer.
He was a country singer, right? You guys remember? Forever and Ever, Amen. And back in the 80s, mid-80s, going into the 90s, this guy was the biggest superstar ever. Then he had a few troubles, right? He had some alcohol issues that were widely publicized. And then what happened? You guys remember?
Sick.
Yeah, he had a stroke.
Okay.
And the stroke left him unable to walk or speak. Now, he has regained both of those abilities, although he still struggles to move around and he struggles to speak. Well, if you can't speak, there's one thing you certainly can't do, and that is
sing.
You can't sing. But
Mel Tillis could.
But you still have the heart of a songwriter. You still have the ideas of a songwriter. You still understand the idea of writing songs. So here's what they're going to do. Thanks to AI, Randy Travis just released his first new song in a decade called Where Did That Come From? Or Where That Came From. And basically what they're doing is they're taking Randy Travis's voice, which they have tons of, high level recordings from the best artist in Nashville, putting his voice onto recordings of whatever you want to, whether it be digital or analog. And we know that AI only needs a few seconds of your actual speaking voice to mimic your voice almost perfectly. And that's exactly what they've done. This guy will not be able to perform this song. This guy will never be able to tour behind this song. And it's really not him singing. I have to ask, is this the song?
It is.
This is the AI tune. Very
Randy
nice.
Travis, Where That Came From.
She had eyes like diamonds, and they caught the light. Oh, but they were dark and deeper than the night.
That's a computer. Taking away his ability to sing and talk.
What's interesting, the official music video, which I can see as I play this, is just them, like, and Randy Travis all sitting, listening to it, kind of blown away.
Even the artist is freaking out.
It's just, or just the ability to, hearing something he never thought he'd be able to hear. You would have never known if we were not told this is, AI generated. It reminds me a little of the Roger Ebert situation.
Yeah. When he lost his jaw from
cancer.
lost
his jaw, couldn't speak, but there was so much of his voice out there in the world recorded from all of the movie reviews and television he's done over the years that they had a computer that basically created a vocabulary for him so he could speak in his own voice, choosing the words based on his own. This is like the next evolution of that.
So I'm wondering if your story is about artists not giving because in both of those cases, the artist gave their blessing to do this.
Yes, this is the artist. I mean, he's just physically incapable of actually doing the job. He still has the thoughts.
Right.
He can still write the song. He can still write it down or dictate it.
But it's not like AI coming up with an Eminem song that Eminem is like, yo, 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 I had nothing to do with this.
It is not. This guy wrote these lyrics. Apparently, he did write the melody or because he could do that. You can still write down, hey, this needs to go from A to C to B major or whatever. And then the chorus does this. And then he could even help arrange it.
Yeah, he wrote the song, and it's his voice, just
not him singing it.
Yeah, he's just not singing it.
Yeah. Do you buy that record?
I don't buy country records.
Yeah, I know. But do you buy that?
I don't buy most records.
So if they get we have plenty of Kurt Cobain's voice.
Yeah.
So if they decided to release a new, because you have to assume a lot of these artists who passed early have work they have yet to get to. Matter of fact, I can tell you almost always when a band goes in to record, they don't have just the 9 songs that make it on the album. There's usually 20 or 30 songs they'll have and then produce down the ones that make it onto the records. And I know that because, back in the day when Van Halen recorded their very first album, there were songs that were in that session that didn't make it onto an album for 4 albums later.
Well, look at Prince and the amount of unreleased material he has in his vault.
Gobs of it.
Yeah.
Gobs of it. There are plenty of artists that have those notebooks full of those etchings or scratching. So to me, this kind of opens that argument up where, as a consumer, if let's say they were to call Dave Grohl and Chris Novoselic from the remaining members of Nirvana, and they were to go, Dave Grohl obviously has his own massive career with Foo Fighters and other projects. Novoselic, I don't know much about. I'm the bass player, the tall guy. I think he's still in the game, but
I think he's bigger than Dave Grohl.
Yeah, major indie stuff, right?
Okay, maybe not.
Right, he's not. But with that said, the estate of Kurt Cobain calls up and says, hey, guys, I don't know if you saw the Randy Travis thing, but it's amazing. It sounds just like him. If you didn't know that Randy Travis had a stroke and they released that, you would automatically believe that's Randy Travis singing it. It sounds exactly like him. Do you go and record that? I mean, do you get together and you go record with an AI artist? Or do they just kind of get studio musicians and go, hey, look, we're going to record this AI album from this past artist, Amy Winehouse. Just has she's got a movie coming out called Back to Black, I believe.
Yeah, the documentary.
It's a documentary. So, what if they were able to take some songs that Amy had written and put them together and they AI her voice for a soundtrack? All you need really is the estate's okay.
I was going to say, that's the caveat.
But again, let's say you're Courtney Love and Kurt Cobain's money has run out, you've spent it improperly, or maybe you're like one of these people like Kevin Bacon and his wife got taken by Bernie Madoff, and now you can take a past person's voice and make art with it and create money, create revenue. I mean, to me, I would think the estates would have more want to do this than not. I mean,
it depends on the estate. I can't see Dave Grohl wanting to go back.
No, I know that. What I'm saying is, who do you like? If you're a musician, you're professionals, like a musician. If you're a studio musician, I mean, if they come to you with that kind of project, do you put your name on that?
I could see Julie Andrews, since she's lost the ability to sing.
Yeah, so it's
Celine Dion.
Right. There's another one. I like it in when you are helping these people to continue to demonstrate and put out their art.
Right.
Right. As opposed to, we're trying to keep it going and trying to replace a dead member, in a band. I don't know.
It's odd, though, right? But you got to remember, I mean, these are issues that will come up. Eventually, they're going to have to, because there's money involved, guys. That's the thing, is like everywhere there's a dollar to be made.
Yeah.
I mean, you're telling me that, I don't know who controls Michael Jackson's estate.
Right.
But if it's Joe Jackson, from what we heard of how he treated Janet Jackson just the other day from our trivia question, I mean, you could assume that this guy would fire it back up. If
Is
he
that
had
bastard still alive?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I don't know, but I mean, his mom is, I believe.
I saw it recently.
Elvis.
Johnny Cash, they did a show but it was, sanctioned by his son, and you had a live band, but playing along with Johnny Cash, who, it was recorded, but he was in video there, and it was very well done, but still, it wasn't Johnny Cash, but it was like a member of his original band, and it was, put on by his son.
It's kind of like when Natalie Cole sang with her father, Nat King Cole.
Right.
But of course, that was a completely different. That was way before any AI was developed.
Yeah, Randy lost. I mean, again, I think Celine Dion is a good example here. Here's the reason why. She's still completely physically able. Well, it's different for her.
Not physically. Well, Linda Ronstadt, another one.
Yes, another one.
Lost her voice.
That you could take that voice, that amazing voice of Celine Dion's, and turn it out. Now, here's another question. I mean, eventually, as you get older, you can't hit those notes, right? You can't make that note at that age. I mean,
Talking to you, Mariah Carey.
Yeah, I mean, you can't hit those notes. So what about using AI to bring your young voice back as an older artist and touring with that?
Now it feels
with
like
a backing track, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But you go see, but we know for a fact that people lip sync all the time. So you don't.
I think that's cheating too.
It is cheating. But when you go to a show, there's a 50-50 chance that they're lip syncing some of it, maybe some of the notes they can't make anymore. I don't know, man. This is kind of interesting because this is not an artist fighting AI from taking its or their creativity or their likeness. This is an artist using AI to create more creativity and likeness.
I think it was Sony that just recently came out and said, do not use our music when trying to train AI. So don't use Sony's catalog. Have to find something else. Yeah, there we go. Sony AI copyright.
Now, the other story I had that was kind of AI related to this was Sebastian Maniscalco, because he said that, and this is another interesting kind of take. Now, when my kids graduated from high school, and as they were going through high school, I told them one of the most important things and something that tells a story about you before people even meet you is how you write, is how you use the English language in the written form. Like when you fill out your resume, when you write a letter, when you write emails.
You're screwed.
If you send that to somebody and they are on the know and they read that you have like 7th grade grammar and spelling and things like that, you are not going to get that job. Well, Maniscalco talks about how AI makes him seem like he's from Yale as opposed from, Jersey or New York or wherever he's from, that he can sound like he's wise. I'm like, wow, man, it just kind of thinks how many correspondents or how many resumes are sent and it looks great because AI produced it for you. And then you meet the person, and they are straight dodos.
I've had people we work with who sent me emails, and I'm like, oh, that was ChatGPT.
I'll guess during the break.
So Texter writes in at 77031, Real Mobile. Chris Novoselic, a
bass player.
member of Nirvana,
yep.
is in a band now called Third Secret with the remaining guys from Soundgarden.
Oh, wow, really?
And is actually pretty darn cool.
I'll be damned. Yeah. I didn't know that. Yeah, when I saw the story about Randy Travis, I was like, man, this is very cool / creepy. I'm going to be honest with you. You think it's a little creepy, though? Like somebody mimicking your voice? Like, think about this. If I had a stroke yesterday, people sit down. That's not going to happen yet. So I know they're wishing for it.
You don't know.
Yeah, don't say that.
Could you, you theoretically could use AI, my voice, because we have tons of it, to continue the show. You just punch in the prompts from stories you see, and there you go. You guys are interacting with AI as a job. Theoretically, you could do that. I don't know, man. It's just all of it seems to be blurring the lines of reality and what we accept for ourselves of what we want and don't want. And I think this much like the calculator when it came into high school. Remember when you were allowed to use your calculator in high school? You're like, well, how am I going to learn it then?
Right.
If I'm just punching this into a machine and it's spitting out the answer, how am I ever going to learn this? And it's the same thing with this stuff. This is Brian Adams?
Yeah, close. More like Brian Colbert.
Oh, no.
Look into my ass.
I just said, look into my ass.
You'll see.
I don't want to see.
What you mean to me.
This is the AI song that C-Lane made for me.
Search your heart.
I'm killing it.
Search your soul.
And by it, I mean melody.
And when you find me there, you'll search
Oh, man.
no more.
Turn this off.
So, yeah, is it exactly like you? No. But if someone played it and said, all right, who does this sound like? It's like, that's Jimmy.
Can I tell you that? I think it sounds just like me trying to sing.
You know it's true.
Oh, it's so bad.
Everything that I do.
Ooh.
Okay. You didn't try it.
No, I did not.
Well, neither did you.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't.
C-Lane did it.
Oh, I'm going to get him to get one for you.
I think you took a Mills Air spot of yours and,
Is that what it
and turned
is?
it into that. Yeah,
Holy ass. It's so bad.
A commercial read or something.
And that's the one talent I wish I could have. I wish I could sing.
Yeah. Same here.
I wish I could sing so bad. I think that would be the great. I'm not a terrible guitar player. For the ability to sing and be able to kind of write a tune where you'd be proud of, I think that'd be the greatest thing. I just don't have it, man. I could write a song. I just don't think I could sing it.
Texter pointed out Ryan Holmes, as this, it is blowing up and growing exponentially, the ability of AI, right in front of us, right?
Yeah.
So Ryan
Infancy.
Holmes.
We're in the infancy of this, by the way.
Ryan Holmes took some Bubba Wilson audio and created a song, and I when he played it on the Monster, they were blown away and just.
Oh,
it's like,
really?
you wouldn't have known.
So he wrote it. Ryan wrote it,
Yeah,
and then he put the Bubba
This
sound.
was a couple months ago, and I don't remember the details of it.
Yeah.
I just remember it being pretty impactful.
Yeah.
When he did it.
Yeah, Bubba is a former personality here on the station, was here for many, many years, who passed recently, so that's why they did it. Yeah, crazy stuff, man. When I saw the Maniscalco story, I was like, wow, man, how many people are getting these letters of recommendation or getting these resumes or any correspondence like that, and they're reading this and like, God almighty, finally, I have found the employee that I've been looking for years. And then they roll through the door in a hoodie and two not matching flip-flops, and they can barely use the language at the 6th grade level. That's what's coming. That's what's coming.
Surprise.
When everybody has access to the answers, it's no fun anymore. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Load them up, guys. Trivia's next.
You're listening to the Jim Colbert Show.
Oh, you can't tell me it's not worth trying for.
Real Radio is the News Junkie.
In this world that we live in, it is so much easier to be beautiful. If you are somebody perceived as sexy, hot, attractive, life is 10 times easier.
I don't even know what hardship is like.
Get out of here.
The News Junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
This is three-time Pro Bowler LeVar Arrington. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
After a deflating Game 7 loss to the Pacers, should the Knicks just run it back next season? Despite a great postseason run, New York has to think big this summer. They need to go fishing for another big star while continuing to build up the culture they put in place. It's good. I love Tibbs and Jalen Brunson, but every young team is improving. They need to do the same. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward, like banners, flyers, signs, and catalogs, some even same day. And now at Staples, save $50 on your print purchase of $150 or more. Offer N61. Visit staples.com/print for details. Staples, your local print and marketing expert.
Buying a diamond is one of the hardest things a guy can do.
Meet International Diamond Center owner Keith LeClaire.
It's not my job to sell you. My job is to protect you.
And that starts with fair pricing.
We don't play pricing games. We don't mark it up 400% to give you 50% off to make you feel like you got a good deal. We price it straight.
No retail games, no nonsense. Just rock bottom prices on one of the largest selections of certified diamonds in America.
Most stores are going to be able to show you 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, 7. We can show you hundreds and hundreds of diamonds.
International Diamond Center, the only store here owned by a major diamond supplier with worldwide connections and enormous buying power, so you can buy like a dealer buys.
I've done all the hard work to bring the best value, the best quality diamond to you direct, period.
Exquisite diamonds straight from the diamond cutters.
There is no middleman. It's cutter, us, you.
International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations, and online at shopidc.com.
Before you ask her, ask us.
Need a reboot? RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. This month I'll help you reboot your old ride and save up to $8,000 on a new Mitsubishi. So if you've been dreaming of driving a new RC Hill Mitsubishi, don't get your wires crossed, because my team works hard every day and that's what makes us different. But hurry, a deal this good will shut down fast. I'm RC Hill and I'm your car dealer next door. 2 locations, DeLand and Ocala. See all my trendy rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Are you the decision maker in your company? Consider this. For the first time in decades, there's a better option for a corporate card and spend management platform. Meet Ramp, the only corporate card and spend management system designed to help you spend less money so you can make more. Most corporate credit cards offer points as incentives, but those points amount to less than their worth in real cash value. Ramp's business cards offer you cash back, real money in your pocket. Plus, you control who spends what with each vendor. And Ramp's software collects and verifies receipts automatically, which means you'll stop wasteful spending and close your books in hours instead of days. Businesses that use Ramp add up to 5% to their bottom line the first year. If you're a decision maker, adding Ramp could be one of the best decisions you've ever made. And now get $250 when you join Ramp for free. Just go to ramp.com/free. Ramp.com/free. RAMP.com/free.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank and Celtic Bank, members of FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
Okay, this contract looks good to me. Let me just run it by my lawyer.
Everyone knows that having a good lawyer on hand can be a real game changer, which is why Legal Shield connects you to a vetted law firm in your state for a low monthly fee. Only Legal Shield has been providing this kind of legal peace of mind for over 50 years. Need an experienced set of eyes on that fine print? With Legal Shield, you can say,
let me run it by my lawyer.
Is the dealership giving you a hassle about warranty repairs?
I guess we'll have to talk to our lawyer.
And for that will you've been putting off, you can finally tell your family.
We're good. I had our lawyer take care of it.
Legal Shield isn't AI bots. It's a dedicated group of real lawyers who have your back, no matter what the future brings, all for around the price of those streaming services you don't watch anymore. Sign up at LegalShield.com/radio today. PPLSI does not provide legal representation or advice. See a plan for complete terms.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
This hour of Real Radio is sponsored by Twin Peaks, now open in Daytona.
At work, just pretend you're on a Zoom call with us. Your mic is off. Your mic is off. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
Hello, friends. My name is Mr. Trivia, and I want to let you know that on Wednesday at 6:30, we are having our show down at the Dust called Actual Chaos, featuring my rival, Curtis Earth Trivia. If you want to see who comes out on top, you let us know. We hope to see you there. Tickets only $15 for the Orlando Fringe.
A lot of really, really positive reviews coming out of a lot of the shows from Fringe, man. It seems like they hit a different level this year. Like, I'm not kidding. It's like everywhere on Facebook and social, people are blowing these shows apart. Ross is getting blown up. I mean, this guy's, I heard, is not bad either.
Yeah.
But a lot of people out there killing it. Your kid, killing it.
Yeah, Jagged Little Live 95. That's Alana's show. It's Wednesday and Friday, 2 more shows. She got a great write-up in the Orlando Sentinel today.
Yeah, dude, the clip you put up, what social is that on?
That's on my Instagram, Yankee Jack on Instagram, and my stepdaughter Alana will be the featured guest on A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan tonight at 7.
Oh, cool.
And she sings on the show as well.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And by the way, she crushes that Morissette stuff.
Yeah.
Not only does she sing it well, she looks great on stage. She's got the leather pants like Alana used to wear and do that whole thing. It looks great. She did a wonderful job.
Totally. I saw the opening night. Totally blew me away.
Right on, man.
Oh, so fan. I'm so proud.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack has the Jackie sack. Let's get it.
Oh, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy could be considered a yacht rock legend from the 70s into the 80s. You know his music.
Where's
and
our train?
You can see him this. You're messing me up, Deb. Trying to wing this prize read.
All of our chugga chugga choo choo clickety clack clickety clack. Go.
There you go. Tickets to Todd Rundgren Friday night at the Plaza Live.
Yeah, dude. And by the way, I looked at some Todd Rundgren. I was watching Todd Rundgren today, like some videos. Man, this guy is a yacht rock champion, like a champion. He's been making it from like the early 70s and killing it, and a really unique artist as well. And you're going to the show, right, Jack?
I am. This Friday night,
Plaza Live.
Yep.
It's going to be a good time.
Man.
Todd Rundgren.
All right, who goes first?
Oh, first would be
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Go local and support a family-owned and operated Orlando moving and storage company. See how karma works, Jack?
It wasn't me. Jimmy screwed you. Screwed it all up. Deb.
Exactly. It snapped right back at me. So book them today. It's so easy to do that. Just make sure you mention the Jim Colbert Show because that's going to get you a discount.
Yeah.
CentoMoving.com is how you find them. That's CENTO Moving.com. Train's back on the tracks. Jim, back to you. I almost called you Jack.
All right, who goes first today, guys? Howie. There we go. Howie, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Good. Would you like to play a little game with us?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Want to play a game?
All right, Howie, this is a real easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of these answers, Howie, is a lie, buddy. I'm trying to fool you.
No.
But if you can find it, I will send you off to the Plaza Live this Saturday for the legendary Todd Rundgren. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. On this day in 1310, 1310, shoes made to fit the left and right foot were invented?
Oh, wow.
That's right, in 1310. Here are 3 fun facts about shoes, buddy. All right, we're talking about shoes and one triple E lie. Number 1. The famous boot Doc Martens were originally designed for German housewives. Number 2. When sneakers were invented, they were actually called spooks. Number 3. High heels were originally designed for men, specifically Persian horsemen. Or lastly, the average American will own 256 pair of shoes in their lifetime. Which one of those is a lie?
The last one.
No, that's true. The average American will wear or own 256 pair of shoes in their lifetime. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Next is Jason.
Jason, right up there up top. Jason, how you doing?
Great. How are you?
Good, buddy. We're talking about shoes today because today was the first day, or the day in 1310. They made them to fit the left and right foot for the very first time. Which one of these is untrue? Number 1, the famous boots Doc Martens were originally designed for German housewives. Number 2, when sneakers were invented, they were first called spooks. Or lastly, high heels were invented and designed for men, specifically Persian horsemen.
Number 2.
Number 2 is the answer, buddy. You're a winner.
Jason!
And by the way, Jason, I'm going to give you a heads up on how the show works, okay? They both didn't know that was the answer. And the reason they both yelled is because they didn't think that was the answer. Am I right?
Yeah, I was surprised.
Which one did you think it was?
Well, the German woman one was bizarre. And Deb and I both looked at each other like, what the hell?
So when you hear the guys go, oh, that's the last one they thought it was. That's Robbie. I'm going to put you on hold there, buddy. Or Jason, I'm sorry. And you can get those tickets to see Todd Rundgren. That's right. The famous boot Doc Martens were originally designed for German housewives.
Damn.
So what happened was this. They built them because the soft soles allowed them to walk around their houses all day long and not hurt their feet. When they started importing them into other countries, other groups of people started liking them, like workers and stuff. So they turned into kind of a worker / social statement.
As like punk rockers, because that's what you wore in the mosh pit.
That didn't happen until the late 70s in England and when they became popular with those people.
German housewives.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sneakers were not called spooks. They were called plimsolls. When sneakers were invented, they were called plimsolls. And then high heels were designed for men, and they were designed for Persian horsemen because they would lock that heel into the stirrups, and they could stand up and do other things, shoot, whatever they were doing.
Hey, my heels, I'd be able to run, go grocery shopping.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty cool, actually. And they do have a world record.
Bring it back.
They do have a world record for sprinting in high heels. I didn't get that. Here's some other things you may not know about shoes before we make it to the top of the hour. Shoes have an important role in dream interpretations. I don't know if you know that.
No.
In your dreams, no shoes can mean being carefree or being impoverished. Wearing shoes can mean you're grounded. And if in your dream you're changing shoes, that can represent you starting something new. So if you get a new job or maybe get a new girlfriend or somebody in your life or spouse or whatever, and you start dreaming about changing shoes, that's perfectly normal according to dream interpreters.
Like dream interpretation is normal.
Designer Salvatore Ferragamo created the wedge shoe in the 40s.
Love you, Ferragamo.
Right. Do you know why he did that? It was an accident, by the way. It's the reason why is because in the 40s, he could not acquire steel to make the heels because it was being rationed for World War II.
That's right.
So instead, he took cork and made the wedge shoe, which is now, of course, a staple in a female's closet.
How about
Without a doubt.
There you go. Absolutely.
Why is it so good, Deb?
Because it allows you to have the height, but without the differential. So your heel doesn't have to go up so high because you might have 2 inches underneath your toes. So if your back heel is 3 inches high, you're not putting all that weight on the balls of your toes. It just evens out that kind of distribution.
Thank you, God, for making
and then, right. And then lastly here,
wow.
Studies show that what percentage of women wear shoes that are too small?
85, 90?
Yeah. It might be more. I'll go 80.
88%.
Nice. Oh, Deb, you were right.
88% of women in America wear shoes that are too small for their feet.
Which
is a massive mistake, by the way.
Oh, it's ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a big mistake.
Yeah.
Oh, what a treat on a Monday.
All right. All right, 407 916 1041. Text
That's a
us
big deal for women, though.
at 77031. It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. Because, the funny thing is, I'm so naive about a lot of things. When my wife said that the shoe size thing was a big deal, I'm like, are you kidding? He goes, she said, she said, quote, I think I got to make sure I get this right. Don't no man want no woman with no big ass foot. And I said, okay, I never heard that before. I never looked at a woman's foot for their for how cute or not cute they are, but apparently it's a big deal.
It is a big deal. And obviously the taller you are, the bigger your foot's going to be.
Right. What's a bad size foot? If you're 8, is that too big?
It's not. No, 8 would be considered normal.
Right.
Once you start getting into the 9, 10, 11.
Right. Oh, yeah. You're Duncan regulation. All right.
Exactly. You're Caitlin Clark.
Then you got to buy your shoes from Queen's Fashions.
Yeah.
I used to have to buy special shoes, but it was only because my feet were long and skinny. The only thing I was born with, long and skinny,
was your feet?
Are my feet. My brother got the butt and the eyelashes.
Oh, really?
I got long, skinny feet.
Oh, yeah. Nothing better than a man with good eyelashes and a nice ass.
Right.
All right, 407.
It is nice.
916-1041.
Chris is like that.
Text us at 77031. I got a question for you guys next. Kevin Costner just did something.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to find out what you think is the best of this. We'll do that next.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Traffic is still heavy on I-4 this afternoon, east and westbound by the major attractions exits, as well as through downtown Orlando. Looking at accident activity causing stop-and-go delays westbound on Sand Lake Road at I-4, where a crash blocks the right lane on the roadway. Another crash still causing westbound delays on Maitland Boulevard near I-4. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients more offices, more lawyers, and recovering more than $20 billion. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Are your energy costs through the roof? Well, maybe, just maybe, it's time to replace those single-pane aluminum windows with the most energy-efficient option available. Keep that heat outside during the summer and inside during the winter. And if too much noise is getting inside, consider replacing those older windows and doors using laminated insulated glass. That can give you as much as 100% improvement when it comes to that noise when we keep that outside where it belongs. And offering rebates. These guys have $100 per window, $200 per door, and they also have 24-month, no money down, no payments, no interest financing as well. Their showroom is super easy to find, loaded with beautiful windows you're going to love. Have them installed by their total pros. They're so good at it. When the inspectors came to my sliding glass door, they asked me how or who did it, because the installation was so perfect. That's the kind of service you get. They're wonderful people as well. For a completely free in-home consultation, just call or visit them online. It's trusttheleaderfas.com.
This Military Appreciation Month, Navy Federal Credit Union wants to celebrate our members who go above and beyond every single day. That's why we thought you might want to hear some special thank you messages from your friends and family.
I want to give a shout out to my brother AZ1 Archie Castillo.
Hi, I want to give a shout out to my friend Colin, who's currently serving in the Army. Thanks for all you do. Happy Military Appreciation Month.
And from all of us here, happy Military Appreciation Month. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
Let's get you that new bathroom you've been thinking of for so many years as you walk down the hallway past that guest bathroom that's kept you from having family birthdays or graduation celebrations or Christmas or Thanksgiving because you're so embarrassed that your bathroom is going to just absolutely repulse everybody in your family. Well, get that out of there. Get a new bathroom that you can love and start having those family events back at your house. Feel comfortable about it. Rebath of Mid-Florida can do that for you. And even better, if you mention our name here at the Jim Colbert Show, they'll give you $800 in upgrades. And guys, let me tell you, that's awesome because these products they have are already great. When you start upgrading, it gets even better. Great craftsmanship, incredible catalog of choices for great everything when it comes to cabinets or lighting or your sinks or tiles or toilets, multiple choices. choices, and even better, a design team to help you put that all together so it looks exactly how you want it. Visit the showroom, 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. You can actually see some of these products set up in bathrooms so you can get an idea of what they can do for you, but really go on board at FASWD.com and check out the before and afters. Guys, doing amazing stuff for people in Orlando, and they're ready to do it for you now as well. Before you make that call, be sure to remind yourself to tell them that you heard about them from us here at the Jim Colbert Show and get those $800 in upgrades. It's FASWD.com.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I'm concerned about my water heater.
If your concern is of a serious nature, press 1. If it's more of a frivolous matter, press 2.
Doesn't even make sense.
Just press 1 or 2.
Fine.
Fine. What are you so concerned about?
My water heater's like 15 years old, and I'm worried it might...
Oh, this is exciting. Has it burst yet?
Well, no, but...
Only a matter of time. Hey, everyone, 15-year-old water heater, place your bets.
Are you laying odds on when my tank will fail?
Have to make this call interesting somehow.
This would never happen at Frank Gay.
True enough. So, $10 buy-in. What's your guess?
Guess I should have called Frank Gay.
When you need a new water heater, it's no time to gamble. You want your problem fixed fast before it turns into a bigger one. That's the Frank Gay way.
I've got a side bet you'll hang up and call Frank Gay in 3, 2, I win! That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at AbacusPays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at AbacusPays.com.
Let me tell you a story. I had a client who got injured. He only asked for the insurance company to cover his rent for 3 months. They said no. We ended up getting him $325,000. Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys. Prospective client may not obtain same or similar results.
Are you bogged down with constant sneezing, watery eyes, and congestion? Do you get sinus headaches and infections? No one should have to suffer season after season. And thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus, treating your allergies is easier than you think. With personalized treatment plans tailored to your needs and budget, you can say goodbye to allergy and sinus issues for good. Book your appointment today at AspireAllergy.com. Aspire Allergy and Sinus, where relief is just around the corner. AspireAllergy.com.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, CASH. C-A-S-H. Cash. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
You can watch radio being made on a daily basis at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Jimmy, this is Kansas Trucker. You done met me. This is my AI. Does my voice fit me? Middle-aged, white, from the Midwest. Does it?
No.
Do I sound like that? Do I sound like I'm a white, middle-aged guy from the Midwest?
Yeah, you do.
You seen me.
Yeah, I seen you.
Let me know.
All right.
I know Queen, during their recent concerts, they do a little part where there's a video of Freddie and they do a song with Freddie, which makes me wonder, could we get a new Queen song with Freddie Mercury? And would we be okay with that?
You know, there is something worth fighting for, Jim, and that is to never, ever, ever have to hear you in any form of an AI song ever again.
Come on.
Wow.
Yeah, buddy, I agree.
I don't even think the word travesty sums it up enough.
Oh, come on.
Ouch.
Damn.
I get it, buddy.
William
I get it.
Hung has more talent than that.
Too much. That's too far.
Oh,
I
man.
will not take that. Come on, man. Not Hung. Of all the people.
You're right.
Don't-
You're not hung.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Don't
I'm
put
not-
those two
Hey.
words together.
I am not hung. That's for sure.
Like a bear.
Cash, by the way, is your 6 o'clock keyword. CASH. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000.
Gummy bear.
Cash is cash size and stature. Cash is your 6 o'clock keyword. Good luck. We hope you win.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio.
I had a
There's Jack.
coworker tell me that.
Jack, we didn't have enough recorded stuff on the show, so I threw that in real quick.
The system froze after your singing.
My whole system has been frozen since Thursday. I'm going to be honest with you. I told Jack, I just gave out the phone number for Rebath. I gave out the phone number for FAS during a Rebath spot. How about that? So Rebath is rebathmidfla.com. I just did the FAS website because I am completely out of sorts from this thing this weekend. I should have taken another day off.
So if you're remodeling your bathroom, but you also want a new window
Okay, there you
in
go.
the bathroom,
Yeah.
that's when you call FAS.
There you go.
100%. It's a collab,
Yeah.
Jack. By the way,
Get the frosted glass.
Cash is your 6 o'clock keyword. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so Kevin Costner made a new Western. Did you guys see this?
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's called Horizon. And then
Is this why he left Yellowstone?
Something of the West. Yeah. So by the way, he did this with his own money. He believed in this so much he got $38 million. He mortgaged his ranch.
Damn.
And then got some other financing to make this movie. Now, you know, the people at Cannes, is that it?
Yeah.
Some of them walked out while it was being played because it's 3 hours long and it's a Western, which is kind of part of my question here in a second. Now, you know, as a kid that grew up through the 80s and 90s, and as a kid who was capable of seeing movies from the 60s and 70s because they were constantly being played on TV, you know, Clint Eastwood and John Wayne were probably my very first movie star heroes. Those are the movies we watched. My uncles were fascinated with Clint Eastwood movies, the old spaghetti westerns, and then John Wayne movies just on the heels of that, or the other way around. So the funny thing is like they still make westerns in Hollywood and they still do quite well. But I mean, I was gonna say, is like there room for a 3-hour Western in today's culture anymore?
The last time that there was the Killers of the Flower Moon, which is near 3 hours long.
I think it's over, Deb.
Over 3 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an Oscar contender, but that was one of the biggest issues they had with people going to see that movie was, with our attention span these days, are you going to be willing to sit there for over 3 hours to see a movie?
I love Martin Scorsese.
Dude, I love him.
Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro. I still have not watched that movie because I sit down, I look at, I think it's 3 hours, 26 minutes, whatever it is, and I'm like, I look at the clock and I advance, and I can't sit here for that long.
It's almost 4 hours.
I know. It's just despite liking those artists, I still have not watched that movie. Kevin Costner, I mean, Dances with Wolves. I remember that movie was so long, and he was adamant about it being that long. It came out on, when you would rent, it would be a VHS tape. That was a double VHS tape movie.
Yeah.
To get the quality because they couldn't fit it on one. You had to change tapes in the middle of the movie.
Good times.
And the funny thing is there are long ass westerns. For the record, I don't know if you know this, Quentin Tarantino has made a couple of these.
Oh yeah,
Django Unchained was almost 3 hours long, but you couldn't turn away from it.
Yeah.
It was so good.
See, that's the difference maker. Because what was the movie with Matt Damon and the bear?
Leonardo DiCaprio and the bear was The Revenant.
The Revenant, yeah. So I think if they're not like the Killers of the Flower Moon, of course, that was an important story that needed to be told.
Right.
I guess it depends. Like, if people are walking out, it can't be that compelling of a storyline. Because if it is like Django Unchained or Killers of the Flower Moon, you're willing to stick it out to the end because the story is so good.
And by the way, they've been making long-ass Westerns for a very long time because they're usually epics. They usually cover a lot of space and go over a lot of different things. I'll give you an example, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, a legendary movie from Sergio Leone, one of Clint Eastwood's biggest pictures of all time. That movie was 3 hours long.
Yeah.
But you don't remember that because as a kid, Clint Eastwood is doing his Clint Eastwood thing, and all you want to do is see the guy with no name throw that cardigan back and start firing away. Loading up coffins. That's what we wanted to see. I didn't even think I didn't think it was that long because all the other spaghettis are like an hour and a half, hour and 40. The Hateful Eight from Quentin Tarantino, almost 3 hours long, 2:45.
Well, that might, because I know they re-released, he released his version of it, as well, which obviously made it longer.
Sure
as well.
thing. And then True Grit just went in. But you got to remember, they rebuilt True Grit. Remember, the Coen brothers redid True Grit with Jeff Bridges and Matt Damon.
Oh, right.
And Haley Steinfeld, I think was her name. And that was a really good movie.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. What year, Jack?
The remake?
Yeah. Get ready to feel old.
Oh no!
Already? Really?
Yeah, 2010.
We already used the dump
2010.
Wow.
Yeah,
I was about to go 2018.
Oh, just add
2010.
Wow.
Yep. There's so many good ones out there, but I think Westerns are great because of where they're shot. I like movies that are shot that have, like when you're watching it, and there's a certain art to shooting a horizon because there's so many horizon shots. I think John... Who was the old director that everybody wanted to work with?
John Ford?
Hughes? Oh.
Not John Hughes. Who'd you say?
John Ford?
Yeah, John Ford.
Yeah.
He taught people how to shoot that horizon so it would give you this great expanse. And for a kid from, no-name Florida, being able to watch these Westerns and have them go across those great plains out there or those great scenes from the West, that's the closest I thought in my entire life I would ever get to see any topography like that.
And yet, to find out, a lot of those were actually shot in Italy.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Which is why they called them spaghetti
That's
westerns.
Right. Or California.
Right.
There are hardly any, well, I don't know, there's some cowboys in there, for sure. But do you remember your favorite Western? Like, do you remember, when you're, one that you sit down, you can't not watch? Got all those, in the top 25 from IMDb, there's not one John Wayne movie.
Wow.
Not one.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm not surprised.
Not one. I think maybe the Stagecoach made it in there, and it's an all-timer, but not one. Do you love them, like Westerns, or do you like them or not?
No, I like Westerns a lot. Yeah.
Are you talking about real Westerns or Red Dead?
No, real ones.
Okay.
Wait, real fake movies. I mean.
Yeah, man, I used to, man, I don't know about people listening to the show right now. When those Clint Eastwood movies would hit network television, they'd come on like Fistful of Dollars, For a Few Dollars More, Good, Bad, and the Ugly, The Outlaw Josie Wales, all those movies. Man, that's as must see as TV ever got in my house. Was that or either a Burt Reynolds movie? That's as good as it got. Either Smokey and the Bandit or Hooper, and then any Clint Eastwood movie. That's as good as it was. The Westerns were it. What was it for you as a kid? What movies did you watch as a kid that you liked?
What would be like on television when movies would come on?
Yeah, like James Bond. Any of the James Bond movies.
Absolutely love the James Bond
I used to get in trouble for James Bond movies because every time they would come on Sunday nights and they would start at 8, my bedtime was at 9. And man, when that 9 hit, I would throw a fit until I heard that bell.
Yeah.
Then I'd be in bed so fast. What movies did you like as a kid?
Not Bond.
No, yeah, of course. I mean, these are all guy things, not Westerns. Like the John Hughes movies and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Like teen relationship kind of things, like Pretty in Pink and...
More for the laughs than anything.
Oh, really?
I mean, and when you go back and you watch those movies, you realize, even now, just re-airing them on some channels, it's like, dude, you're kind of like rolling the dice here because they say a lot of stuff in those movies that was so innocuous back in the day, but now...
Scott, just hearing how they refer to Japanese people.
Oh, Dong hungry.
Dong don't know where the car is.
Right, exactly.
And then when he does, and then when they push him, he goes, in rake.
In rake, exactly.
Which means lake. But the guy, is it Watanabe, right? Watanabe who played that role? That guy is still in acting. He still acts all the time. The guy who played played the Donger.
The Donger.
The Donger. One of the greatest movie characters of all time.
Of all time, absolutely.
Hey,
Weird Science.
Hey, Dong, where's my car? Rake. Oh, God.
That
so
sounds
good.
like the dude, too.
So good.
It does, doesn't it? Hey, Dong, where's my car?
And then that same guy, not that same guy in the movie, oh, God. Kurt, what's his face from
Russell?
Oh, no. It's God, I can't remember the name of it. Nerds? What was the name of that movie? Was it
Revenge of the Nerds?
Revenge of the Nerds.
Of the Nerds.
Right,
Oh,
Revenge
yeah.
of the Nerds. There was another Asian character in there because it was with a, and the guy from, God, I can't remember his name. Is Kurt something. He played Booger.
Oh, yeah. He was also on Moonlighting.
Yeah, exactly. That's the show. He played Booger. And they asked what kind of food's going to be at the place, and he said, and the Asian dude said, lobster craws.
Curtis Armstrong.
Booger goes, what the F's a lobster craw? I was like, oh my God, if you made that even in the late 90s, they would throw him out of the studio.
But those would be my favorite. And they still make me laugh.
Oh my God, they kill me.
For as long as they could still play them, I love them.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Your 6 o'clock keyword, by the way, is cash, C-A-S-H. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Back in a sec with our buddy Ray Trenley from TK Law. We'll do that next.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio, at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
Traffic is still heavy on I-4 this afternoon, east and westbound by the major attractions exits, as well as through downtown Orlando. Looking at accident activity causing stop-and-go delays westbound on Sand Lake Road at I-4, where a crash blocks the right lane on the roadway. Another crash still causing westbound delays on Maitland Boulevard near I-4. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by J. David Tax Law.
If you owe the IRS and can't pay, now is the time to call J. David Tax Law. The IRS has resumed their aggressive collections. Don't wait. Call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Orlando, or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com.
Can you believe it? May is already half over, and that means Florida's intense summer is right around the corner, too. But with new windows and doors from Renewal by Andersen, you can cut back on your energy usage, boost your home's curb appeal, and increase your comfort. Renewal by Andersen makes that transition so easy for you thanks to a selection of beautiful, functional replacement windows and doors. And their windows and doors are built solid. That's because Renewal by Andersen's exclusive Fibrex product is chic, tough, easy to maintain, and twice as strong as vinyl. Renewal by Andersen specializes in energy-efficient, custom-built replacement windows and doors. Save money while beautifying your home with Renewal by Andersen now through the end of May. Buy 2 windows and or patio doors and get the third 60% off. Plus 0 money down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 1 year. Just go to rbafla.com for complete details. Plus, they're still hiring experienced window and door installers. Some restrictions apply. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Divorce? Call Trenley and Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way, for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage. AGE.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight?
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow, guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better.